But somebody tampered with my car, my R8. They wanted to kill me. It's crazy. But even publicly, everybody roaming is out of leadership's hands.
We get to 2021, FSCA.
Yeah.
That issue comes up.
Almost 63 vehicles, excluding mine.
Are they rented?
Teaching me how to trade is not mentoring me. You're just teaching me. You are my teacher. What is going on? 1, 2, 3, is this true?
Is RCG closing down?
There's life. There's more to life after we put the cameras down. Also, man, I can't expect everybody to love us, man. You know, I'm delusional to think also. I'll be delusional to think because I'm doing code or whatever.
We've noticed that 59% of our regular viewers are currently not subscribed to the channel. If this channel has provided any form of valuable information or added any value to your life, you can show your support by merely hitting that subscribe button. So please do consider subscribing. Enjoy today's episode. Yo, what's up guys? It's myself, Nqobile Tembane from Top Traders South Africa, and I'm bringing you guys another interview with a prominent figure in the industry. I'm gonna use the word prominent today because you have really made an impact in the industry, regardless of whoever looks at it from whatever perspective they look at it from. The impact has been made.
For sure.
Yeah, and I know you've been probably one of the most requested people to be on the platform as well. So when we spoke the other day and you said you're ready to come on, I was like, Yeah, no, leadership, how are you?
Feeling good, man. How are you?
Nah, I am good, bro. I'm good. Thank you so much for coming out. I know the drive you took was quite a lengthy one, but I appreciate you being
Yeah, no,
it was quite, yeah. But I think I want to just get to, I've been so conflicted on where to start with this interview, you know? But I spoke to somebody right before you just landed. Someone was like, just stay true to yourself. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. And I want to take it all the way back, bro, because I think I want to unpack everything. Things have happened over the years. We'll get to that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I really just want to unpack everything from way back then properly, because I've got questions of my own, bro. Because I remember... Okay, can I tell you the first time I actually heard about you? I don't know if this was in a negative. I don't know how you're gonna take this, but obviously there was I had just come into the game. I think it was around my 2017, 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I had just come in. I was still fresh in the game. On Facebook, I remember you guys were swimming in the pool, whatnot, the video on Instagram. I don't remember, I don't remember quite well. And the circle I was in amongst it at the time, guys were like, so how I heard about you, first thing I heard about you was like, no, leadership is a child who comes from money.
That's funny. I like that though. Shout out to whoever that said it.
So that was like my first perception of you, or the first time I heard about leadership, or you, and somebody told me about you. But obviously you learn a lot of things over time, and then you realize that actually, no, that's actually not.
Yeah,
let's take it back. Where were you born? The financial markets wait for no one, but with the right tools, you'll never get left behind. And that is where the Octa trading app comes into play. Craft your strategy, analyze the markets, execute with accuracy with Octa. Also awarded the 2024 Most Trusted Broker in South Africa. Now that's a broker I trade with, and that's a broker that you should be trading with. What are some of the things I look for when choosing a broker? Transparent trading conditions. Fast deposits and withdrawals, a diverse range of instruments. Bro, did you hear that? No? Just me, I guess. And a user-friendly interface designed for easy navigation and efficient trading. Okay, I get it. I hope you do too. Download the Octa trading app today and use the promo code MarketMasters to get your 100% deposit bonus. Elevate your trading with Octa.
Born in Limpopo, man, in a
yeah.
place called Matox. So
Matox.
Matox actually is known to be Butokwa.
Okay.
So
Which
I was
side?
born. It's so right after Polokwane. So if you're in PLK, you're about, I think, 25, 30 k's out towards Venda.
Is it like rural area?
Yeah, it's a rural, but it's not like, it's like your semi-rural.
Okay.
So it's modern, it's got the technologies, but it's still rural. It's like gravel roads, but it's not as hectic as, I don't know, that Unus and stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's a rural, that's how I was
so
born.
And raised that side, or
Born and raised. So I've got like a pretty, I'd say a complicated upbringing, bro, because so born in Botokwa, and then I think a hospital called Health Center. They used to call it Health Center. They still do, you know. So I think that I'd assume, I think that's how I was born actually, because it's the only hospital there in the area when I was growing up. I was raised there, did my crèche there, and then I went on to live in a different place in Limpopo with my granny's older sister, and that's when I did a bit of crèche here and there. And then I went back to Botlokwa, did my grade R, did my grade R. So this is just me going back and forth between my grandmother's and my mom. My mom was studying at the time. So she was studying in Zanin at a college. I think she was doing, law, engineering, I'm not too sure. And so I was just bouncing back and forth, did my grade R back in Botlokwa, grade 1, grade 2, and I think grade 3. Yeah. And then, grade 3. And then grade 4, I came to the city. My mom, I don't know if she graduated in that college or she wanted to apply for a different college, but I think she had graduated because the following year, my mom just took us up to Joburg with my grandfather. Grandfather had this amazing bakkie. I still have it even now.
Oh, yeah?
So it would just all get packed in the bakkie.
Well, yeah, what kind?
It's a Isuzu. Isuzu bakkie, KB 200, but he bought it. It's one car he'd only ever bought cash and brand new.
Yeah.
So when you got the car, you'd come home just hooting. So that same December, all excited to get filled up in the bakkie and actually go back to Joburg, and they had stayed in Rambek because my grandfather and my granny, they used to work Kamodi Kitchen. So my mom had found a place, so it Prime Fisher Phase 2, Kaslam, like straight, So found a place there. Yeah, man, moved with my mom. Kaylee was like 3 years old at the time. So
what's the age gap between the two of you?
I'm born 98. He's 2005, so about 7 years.
7 years, okay.
7 years, yeah. Kelly grew up quite fast, but yeah, man, that's where I was raised. So from about grade 4, I came up, did my grade 4. At that point, I didn't know English, so I'm like grade 4, no English, no Zulu, nothing. I just know Spady and the tough one, because the Spady I speak is very tough, bro.
I've heard you in some of your videos when you go deep. I'm like,
it's very tough, So came to the city. Grade 4. Yeah, grade 4. Then obviously I went to a primary school called Julius Subulai. Still there. That's where Zulu Sam came in. All the other languages that really the vendors are picked it up there in the streets. Tswana, because I speak a lot of languages now. So then it's crazy. Grade 4, did grade 4 there. My mom passed away the same year. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
After making such I'd say like a crucial decision to move both her sons to the city,
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No problem. To move both her sons to the city because my father had left her like a couple of years ago, and me and Kaylee had to have 2 different dads, So she was with Kaylee's dad. Well, I was also considering my dad at the time, And it's just after her making a really crucial decision to move us to the city, bro, 6 months later, 2008, my mom passed away. I think that's where my life hit a twist. For the, how do I put it now? I think 10 years ago I would have said for the worst. But now I could say for the best. Not the death, not anything like just the twist. Yeah. I guarantee you 10 years, exactly 10 years ago. So I'm 27 this year. So when I was 17, I definitely knew that the worst thing that's ever happened to me is losing my mom. But I'm 27 now, and 26, 27. So I think it's one of the craziest, the best things that's happened to me. I think my life hit a crazy twist, man. Can never explain.
Yeah, I can imagine though. Loss of a parent, and at the time you're the only present parent at the time. But dad,
so she's the only present parent at the time. She's the only present one because Kelly's dad, he was in our life, but I never really had a good relationship with him. Didn't really like the guy, He had a really weird character. But I love my younger brother always. I don't know if it's just us black people or just us black kids. But you never feel the difference of whether you have the same father or not, especially if it's different fathers. So as long as you have the same mom, It's
Done.
fine.
Finished.
Yeah, sharp. If maybe if the old lady is different and we are both from the same father, yeah, that's a bit of a challenge.
I get
yeah,
you.
but it's the same mom. I never really saw the gap. So me and the guy, I never really liked him, but I was cool with him, man. You know, like we would speak. He would do good things for me. I had a really, really weird instinct about him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it turns out over time I was right. So yeah, but he also passed away. So
Oh, yeah.
let's not speak
Yeah,
ill of
let's not do
of
that.
history.
So we get into high school right now. You just lost your
Yeah,
mom.
actually, right before high school, bro.
Okay.
Let me give you this touch. So right before high school, I just lost my. Remember, I lost my mom in
Yes.
grade 4.
Yeah.
Halfway through grade 4. My granny has to take us in now. She has to bring us to the city. So I've got like 3 years left: grade 5, grade 6, and grade 7, left of primary school. I don't know English. All I know is just just Venex. Couple, at least I knew Zulu. You know, I mean, Zulu is always the best language to get around if you don't know English. Like if you're in Joburg, you know, call me Zulu. You can pretty much maneuver everywhere, you know. So my grandmother took us in the following year after I passed grade 4. I think I passed grade 4. Yeah, I should have passed, man.
Yeah.
How did I go? So yeah, you know, took us in grade 5. I moved to Randburg. Grade 5, I moved to Randburg. I went to primary school called Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Okay.
So yeah, that was me just ever stepping my foot being in a class with a white person or colored person or Indian person, or even speaking English as a main language. Like, it was so scary, bro. Telling you, I walk in there first day and I thought maybe the assembly they're gonna be like, I'm a grade 5, was that ngapa? Next thing I hear is all grade 3s. I'm like, Jesus. You know, and Ashirus, and them tell a crazy story. So they could pronounce my name better than me at the time.
Oh yeah.
So me, I always said my name is Ashirus. When I tell people like, I'm like Ashirus.
Oh, Ashirus.
Because I didn't. That was the way I knew how to pronounce it. So after I learned English, I realized like, no, my name is not Ashirus, it's Ashirus.
It's Ashirus.
The other day, bro, they were calling me. I remember going into the school. They were doing the assembly. So my name starts with an A. So it's like amongst the first couple of people on the class list. And they're like, this is crazy. They're like, Ashirus? Something. I'm like, I'm not even. It's like Nagi. Like I don't think they're talking about me, bro.
Yeah.
Ashirus. I'm just minding my own stuff.
You're waiting for Ashirus.
They're like, Monhla. I'm like, yes, ma'am. You know, that's the crazy part. But yeah, man. Yeah, then that's why I learned my English, man. I grasped English that fast. I think, like I say, when I said to you earlier on that the death of my mom or that just her absence, like, made a twist in my life instantly. You know, it was almost almost as if I had somebody just tell me, listen, your mom is gone and you need to do what is right. From a young age, bro, I was very conscious of the fact that she's not around and I can't do things when I'm 18. You know, I can't do things when I'm finally 21. I'm not going to have birthday parties anymore. I already acknowledged stuff that are going to be automatically absent in my life at that age, in grade 5. Like, I knew that I must forget about birthday parties. If I want to have a birthday party, I must do it myself. You know, I must forget about Christmas, forget about New Year celebrations, forget about family vacations, all this stuff. So I low-key already had just placed myself in a position where I never expected none of those. That's why my mom's death never depressed me as a kid. I never suffered as a kid. I never ever sat down and said I miss my mom. I don't remember saying that, bro. I don't remember even feeling like that. I would cry here and there on her birthday. Only now recently, like over the past 6-7 years when I started working. Yeah. And I realized, the things I would do for a lady if she was around. That's what would probably help me a bit emotionally off. You know, so yeah, man, grade 5, I learned English. The reason I'm telling you that, because I think I learned English in about 3 months.
Okay.
Accent, words, pronouncing, everything. I'm telling you, like, I got into that school with no friends. Because I was unfriendable. I don't know, you know, because I don't relate. And I knew very well if I want to make it here in this school, first thing I must do is speak English. The same way I spoke Zulu at Julius.
Okay.
You know, so I'm like, shit, okay. Julius I had to speak Zulu in Xhosa and Tswana. So this here, it seems like it's English and obviously, most importantly, Afrikaans. So I was like, okay, I need to learn this language ASAP. And I promise you, I think after the first term, when we went back after the Good Friday, actually, the Good Friday holidays when I was in Limpopo, I was already swanking to my friends. Okay, don't do that, man. You know, so it's. But that just go. I don't know if that had to do with my character or what. But I've always putting my mind onto something. I've always been a kid who just wanted to, you know, just do things, get things done. You know, just be in a better space. I had an interview a couple of months ago and we were speaking, and I said, one of the best terms I love using is the fake it till you make it term, you know? And if one misunderstands what it's about, and how you can lay it into your life, you then start thinking people are living fake lives or they're doing whatever, because my perception of fake it till you make it is totally different, is that I would never carry myself like my pain.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those kind of stuff. So I've always been that kid. Like nobody ever knew me in a back room.
Okay.
In Rambek.
Yeah.
In grade 7. Shapa Abita. Shapa Cafe. I was that kid.
you.
They could never tell. I would never, the thought of me walking around school, and a tin fish to show that I live in a back room where I can't even go out, I have to steal the white people's Wi-Fi through the window. I would never want to, and nobody would want to make it my reality, There was a reaction I watched on the interview. I already mentioned the guy who did the reaction on my video, and he gets there and he speaks about the fake it till you make it scene, and I say nobody wants to look like the actual pain and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind people acknowledge the fact that I'm not from a rich family, but I wasn't going to let you smell the fish on me that I eat in the morning. Understand? I was going to make you realize that these shoes I'm wearing is not the one from a sports scene. It's the one for to sleep. Because my granny could only afford that. But I'm not walking into my classroom and telling the most privileged kid that, no, my granny goes to Brie and then she picks up from the shelf. You know what I mean? I need to be confident in who I am. And that I had from a very young from a very young age, bro. I've always known that I want to be great. So today, even now I know that I will be great. I know that I'll there's greater success due for me. I still feel that way. I still carry myself like more than I am, I walk into rooms sometimes, people expect things that I have like 100 million. I don't have. But I have to carry myself like that if I want to be there, So that's how it is. That's how I've just explained it to you how I was. I was very rebellious, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Very rebellious. I was very rebellious, hard-headed. I couldn't take instructions, even from the teachers, but I would do what's right.
Okay.
So I wouldn't allow the teacher to tell me that, for example, if I'm doing my work and I'm using a pencil because I want to first, if I make mistakes, I'll erase and write with a pen. And she comes and gives me an order like, no, you can't use a pencil, use a pen directly. I would refuse. Like, no, it's my book. I will write with a pencil, and then when I'm sure about the answer, I'll go over it with a pen, then rub the pencil. How I do my work is totally up to me. And that's how I'm decided I'm gonna be excellent and pass my, my schooling stuff. So I would disagree with honest stuff. I was always very straightforward with myself. Like I wouldn't let anybody beat me less to who I am, stuff like that from a young age, bro. So going into high school, you were saying, yeah?
Yeah. High school, yeah.
Yeah. So going into high school, I step in very confident, knowing exactly that I need to do certain stuff in my life. But at that time, obviously, Forex is nowhere to be there. So I'm thinking, I'll succeed in school or I'll succeed in football. I was playing soccer at the time, played for Mayfair Development. Then I went on to play for Augusta Palacios Development and played for Orlando Pirates Development, and stuff like that. So that was my childhood. So I always wanted to succeed in football. That was like something that, actually football, let me just say, football is the reason I was disciplined.
Okay.
Growing up.
Yeah.
So I was never exposed to smoking, to drinking alcohol, the hubbly-bubblies, fun time, things that have been done in schools, like funny stuff happening in the bathrooms, all this funny. I was never exposed to that because I knew every day. With the bell rings, I take my school bag, sports bag, I run, go into the bus, get following. I'm home every single day at 9 p.m. So I never really had time to go run around with friends and play on the weekend and Galama game.
Okay.
You understand? So, and that was my entire childhood. My grandfather was always on my back, so he was with me all the time. So that's also what actually I'd say like anchored me, like being serious about being a little serious kid, because I had this mini career that I had. So that's me going into high school. Like going into high school was a bit crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, but even the whole when you talk about discipline, you talk about sports. Actually, you really come into a really important point because it kind of gets you away from other things when your time is actually occupied by something productive, something that you're doing. Like you said, you weren't finding yourself in certain places because you were there. You had to be there. You know where you had to be.
And I loved it.
Exactly. And as well, you're not smoking, you're not drinking, because that affects your performance on the other side as well, which is true. I know of a story of a friend of mine who literally said that they couldn't, they couldn't continue with their netball properly because they were smoking.
Yeah.
So, because you understand, the two don't go together.
Yeah,
so I think in terms of discipline, I think if one really wants to be disciplined, and obviously discipline, if you're disciplined in one area of your life, you're able to be disciplined in multiple areas of your life. So I think if people really want to be disciplined, they must really go find like something to do.
But also you need to have the will. Like also me, like, I remember when I was in that time, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. It was also just scary, just as a kid. It was scary. You think you know, like that's so funny. Like it was actually disgusting. I didn't like people like that, especially the school kids. So I don't know who put that into my head. But also because as much as I'm not from a privileged or rich family, my family was very straightforward, very hardworking. My grandmother was like a hero. She's still a hero even now, you know. My biggest pillar, actually. Like she was very straightforward with what she had wanted for me. Supported me in everything I did and went against anything that wasn't for me. You know, she wouldn't hide. She wouldn't, even when she did stuff for me, she would show me. I went, I sold Kinsema Queen for 3 weeks. I made 3,000. I'm going to buy soccer boots, the uniform, Kayon. So she would transparently show me the journey of how she acquired the money and show you how she's spending it on me. So she was very real, very straightforward. But little did I know that she was actually showing me streams of ways in life and how life is going to be when I grow up, and you know how you have to put food on the table and how you must strengthen up. And she could see that she probably wouldn't be able to do it any longer, probably like in my later years, because she was getting older as well, you know. So I think my upbringing was very strong, you know, very strong. No sense of privilege. My parents, but my grandfather and my grandmother were like very key. They were very intentional with how they raised me. They wanted me to identify my purpose, one, and they will support me with it, and also acknowledge the fact that life is gonna get real eventually, and that they did very well. I think they tried doing it with most of their kids, but I think with me it might have rubbed off the best. Yeah, for sure. Because I think I had their last few cents.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So now we get to high school.
Yeah.
No, we almost done at high school. Yeah. When did you actually hear about Forex for the first time?
Bro, actually, before we get into that, the high school chat is crazy.
Oh yeah.
So, my grade 7, I didn't do well at all. To a point where no school in Randburg or in the Johannesburg region that we knew of could accept me for grade 8. So my grandmother is extremely disappointed in my grandfather. You know, they sit me down that December and they say to me, Debat, I got to want to so the best option you can do, go high to come back to Limpopo. And wait, Limpopo at the time is December. Bro, I had the most miserable 2000 and... Which year was this? Yo, I don't remember. Was it 2012? I don't remember which year. But I had the most miserable December that year. Knowing throughout Christmas and New Year. Because I don't think I even wore my Christmas clothes. New Year go to Valley next year. When it's time to leave, enjoy, like everybody else.
You're not going.
I'm not going anyway. Bro, that thing traumatized me. I think, yeah, that was my first hit of, I would say, depression as a kid. Like fear and anger towards family. I was so angry at my parents. I should have came with that book, man. I had this diary. It was a pink diary that my late mom used to have. And I started writing my notes in there. And literally every single day, everything I was thinking of, I wish I had this diary. You could actually read it yourself. Like I wrote everything in there. Like I would speak to this diary and I say, I hate my grandmother. Why would she do this to me? She dumped me. These people in these schools in the village, they're dumb. Like I was so angry, you know? Yeah. But that's just how I was as a kid. I was very rebellious, like I said, bro. So I ended up going to a school back in the village. It was called Mahudu Secondary. You're deep in Limpopo. I became an A student there, bro. I was like number 1, top 10, literally in everything, I promise you. And I was so shocked at myself. I'm like, wow, okay, I guess the education in the city is a bit better. That's why I'm so flourishing here, because the work there was just like nothing close to what I've been used to in the city. Even that was just in grade 7. So I worked my way that year, and I did extremely well. So when I came back to apply, I came in with flying colors. So any school was waiting for me. They wanted an A student learner. Like this one, we're definitely gonna get crazy results with him. So I got accepted, but I couldn't go to Roosevelt High School because I'm from Roosevelt Primary, because of the fees at Roosevelt High were a bit extreme. Okay. And my grandparents were now suffering, like they were starting to become very sufficient financially now. Like they were very limited. My grandfather wasn't getting those building gigs anymore. You know, my grandfather used to make a lot of money. I won't lie to you. You'd make about 20K a fortnight from just building people's houses. And he was a construction guy, you know. The company, it's called Solis Building Constructions, but it's long closed down now because he passed away. And I used to see him make, that's also what got me used to money, bro. Okay. So I've always known money from a young age because my grandfather would like flip like 100K in a month. and I'd see him paying his workers cash. Like he used to say, you only hired foreigners, like Zimbabweans, Lesotho. He believed in like foreigners work harder than South Africans. You know, so anybody out of South Africa was his employee. And I'm telling you, and they don't have bank accounts, so he would just give them cash, 5,000 cash, salary. And I would sometimes I would even help him put it into the envelopes. So I always known money from a young age. And I would see how break even he was. Like he would make 100,000 from a building and he'd spend literally like 70K on salaries. You know, I'd like, wow, this guy spends more than half of what he's earned. You know, so he's someone who always believed in people. Some of the people that used to work for him, there's a guy called Kismana or Mapido. He actually owns a very good construction company now. And he used to work for my grandfather, and he's a guy from Lesotho who's now legally in the country eventually, and now it was a really good success. And that's from my grandfather's side. So that's these things I do now. It's things that I've carried from my, you know, things I was exposed to from a very young age, bro.
Yeah.
Even in high school, yeah.
Okay, so high school passes, you come back to the city, you finish matric.
I don't get my matric.
Okay.
I don't get my matric, not because I didn't want to get my matric or I dropped out intentionally. That wasn't my intention. So grade 9 is so like I said, grade 8 I ended up going to a very a school in Jozi called JPI, Johannesburg Polytechnic Institute. It was very cheap. So I went there grade 9. I pushed. In grade 8 I was in the village. Grade 9 I went to Johannesburg Polytech. Then grade 10 I was getting so much FOMO from sheikhs, you know, and everybody else that I'm in school with, that I must come to Roosevelt. I ended up making a plan to abuse my parents into a corner and at least suffer with that 3,000 school fees at Roosevelt, you know? So I ended up going to Roosevelt High. And after doing so well for the past 2 years, went to Roosevelt High. And then linked up with my friends again from primary, bro. So I started becoming very squad deep. But I was still playing soccer. I was still going to soccer every day. But I have a group of friends now, you know, sheikhs being amongst one of them. Like, and we like, you know, so we're getting out of hand now. I'm no more studying. I'm no more Then I failed grade 10 at Roosevelt. When I failed grade 10 at Roosevelt, I find a way to get myself into grade 11 in a different school. And this I do on my own, bro.
How?
This I do on my own. Like, so I'm like, okay, I can't repeat grade 10. Go 2 years down of high school. I need to finish high school, so I need to start doing something tangible. My younger brother is almost in grade 8 as well. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking of all this stuff, and I'm like, I can't repeat a grade. I can't repeat it. But I'd rather just leave the school, maybe go back to the previous school and leave my friends. Maybe they're the distraction. You know, maybe they're the one that are distracting me, or I'm just distracted like that. Because for football, everything is going according to order. Then I transfer to another school called Vector College. That was in Joburg Central, red and white uniform. I worked my way through, you know, I was smooth. And I managed to get myself into grade 11. And I presented all my reports from the previous school. And they saw how I failed my terms based on 1, 2, and 3. And the principal, I don't know, felt maybe sorry for me, and my granny also spoke. And he's like, no, the way it's not bad. I think he can manage in grade 11. Then I was in grade 11.
Clean.
Yeah, I went to grade 11. Grade 11 gets a bit crazier because now my football career is getting more serious.
Okay.
I'm getting scouted now. So I get scouted to go overseas. I get scouted at Nike Center. It was an amazing game. We won 3-1 that day, and I scored 2 goals. And I scored a free kick, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I get scouted by an amazing agent. His name was Piero or something. I forgot. But yeah, I get scouted. He tells me, look, I can get you a trial in UD Almeria in Spain. I'm like, what? Almeria? Mina? From Soweto? Obvious. Yeah. So I'm like, what's needed? It's like, I'll tell him, that's all. You just need your skill, your talent to make sure that you're fit in about 2 months. This is March.
Okay.
I'm in grade 11. In about 2 months, we need you in Spain for trials. This is in June. I'm about like June. And that time, they used to call me Messi in my time. You know, people that know me from my football days will know. And I was crazy on the field, you know?
Yeah.
So I was very confident. I go home, feeling. I tell my family, hey, mama, Spain. Spain, get a little piece. Oh, when I get there, I make things nice. And you guys are going, don't worry, you don't have to make my queen anymore. And my papa, you don't have to do what you're doing. One day, and I'm already dreaming, bro. I can see this future in front of me. And from March that year, bro, I prepared myself so well. I'm 16 years of age. I prepared myself so well for that trial in Spain. And that's how I ended up finding myself not going to school, bro. I was waking up 4 o'clock in the morning. My grandfather picks me up, picks up Shakes, right? Shakes is training. He was in matric.
Okay.
So he was doing his matric, and I'm telling him, yo, bro, I'm going to Spain, and all things go well. I speak to my agent, you're gonna come. So he's doing his prelims, and some days he doesn't go to school because I think he had a timetable. So I'll train with him. My grandfather wakes up 4 o'clock in the morning. He pick up a Shakes. We're going to the football field, bro. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Especially in times I'm 16 years of age, they're still snoring. You understand? Or they ironing their uniform. I'm on the field, bro. I'm sweating my life out. I'm training. And no personal trainer. I'm setting up my own stuff, So I've always just been that sharp, And come Spain, so I'm still going to school. Honestly, some days I'm struggling, bro. Like, I'm having 3-hour sessions before school. I sleep out up until first break, bro. Every single period I'm here. The teachers have a problem. They're calling my parents. Why is Ashirus always like this? Why is Ashirus always, why is he? He looks like he's distracted. What does he do? He's sleeping late. My parents, they say, no, he plays soccer. He trains every day before school. And my parents knew why I was always tired at school. Because after school, I have training at Pirates. And this whole deal of mine going overseas is a private scout. So the Pirates doesn't know that I'm being scouted. I'm preparing for a trip, And it's a development. So it's not like I'm signed or anything, So, bro, that's crazy. So that happens. This is my grade 11. And I promise you from second term, from April till June, I realize as I'm about to go into my exams, my June exams, that I've actually done about at least an average of 2 days per week of school. Some days I wouldn't go to school. It was bad. Like, I was so fatigued, but I was preparing for this dream. When you're Spain, I was going to Spain, bro. I knew that was my biggest chance. Like, in school, I'll repeat grade 11. Oh, it's not a problem. Yeah. I repeat grade 11, it's not an issue, but this is my biggest chance. If I knew that I get there, everything goes well, I get a contract, my salary will be at least about $100K US dollars or euros. It's gone. My family, and I could see the picture. And nobody was gonna stop me, not my grandparents. They tried, bro. Like, they tried. My grandfather sometimes would pick me up from the field. My timer would bring me even my energy drink sometimes to school because he knows I'm tired, Sometimes I would just go home and sleep after training. But no, you didn't go to school, Training was hectic, and I have training late. I would have two sessions a day and a gym session late at night, 7:30 till 8:30. Gym, like actual gym. This is 3 in a day for a school kid who's got a normal school day. So I did that, and in the process, came July, I went to Spain.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you how I got to Spain. I don't get to Spain because they paid for my flights and everything.
I was about to ask about that. Who covered the cost of that?
The costs were about plus minus 80,000.
Okay.
Accommodation, flights. This scout guy was just doing me a favor. I think he just saw a talent, and he spoke to the coaches, like, give him a chance. The club was not even expecting me. They weren't looking for me. It's the scout guy who made the call, So they didn't give him a budget to get me up. He just told me, listen, they're waiting for you. If you can come during preseason, it'd be amazing. I'm like, okay, cool. I made means, bro. I fought, bro. Like, I went door to door. I went door to door, bro. Even to my families, my friends' families. A lot of my friends, all my friends donated to me, actually. Their parents, I'm 20 rand, I'm 50 rand, 1,000 rand. I wasn't ashamed.
Yeah.
I went door to door. I'm telling you, door to door. I couldn't think You see, in Linden, there's a place called Linden.
Oh yeah, I know that place.
Door to door. Melville, Chief, I've walked from, this might sound crazy. Have you been, JPI was right opposite Park Station.
JPI?
Yeah, JPI is Johannesburg, is the school I went to,
okay.
Right? So after school, I walked from, I went to Park Station in Jozi. I would walk, this is door to door, shop to shop. I walk straight to Mayfair, to Pirates. After Pirates, I walk from Pirates all the way to Brixton. From Brixton, I walk all the way to Melville, Campus Square, like intersection. I started walking at after school, 2:30. Understand? By 7 o'clock in the evening, I'm at Campus Square because I'm going around the area, I'm going door to door, and then I stop because I'm walking to Mayfair. Mayfair is where Pirates used to train.
Okay.
And they're still there even now, And it's where Pirates used to train. So I'd walk doing door to door, asking for donations, then going to training. After training, continue my walk, asking for donation. My grandfather would meet me and not leave. So I would go past Brixton, walking down all the way to Melville to the big intersection where there's UJ, the shopping center there. Catch a taxi from there because 8 Rand was all I could use for taxi. I couldn't, catch a taxi from there then to Northcliffe Corner. Then from there, my grandfather picks me up 9 o'clock every single day. That was my life for 4 months up until I went to Spain. Every single door to door, run back, bro. I went everywhere. I'm telling you, since students, I went to ask for donations. I went to orphanages. I went to so many crazy places. But I ended up putting that money together.
Oh yeah,
140,000, 140, almost 150,000.
That's
door to door.
impressive.
4 months clean of begging people. That's also what influenced me to find myself not going to school.
Okay.
Because when I'm not training, I was spending my entire Sunday Mzula. Walking door. I'm telling you, I'm asking any if I meet you walking, sure, tell me. My story was printed on a paper.
Okay.
I typed it out.
Yeah.
The person who scouted me the confirmation. Some people actually wanted to call the agent.
Yeah.
And they called to confirm if this is true. There's some people, a lot of people that gave me a lot of money. The biggest donation I got was 5,000 at once. And those people wanted confirmation. They would call the club, call the agent, call the coach, which they got confirmation. It's okay, yeah, they are expecting me that side, And I put that money together, bro. I think 150K at the time. Obviously, I didn't see it all in full because some of the money I was using it as we go because I must buy new boots, I must pay for the visa,
Okay.
I must get new clothes and stuff like that, And yeah, man.
Now you get that side. What happens?
Bro, I get that side. First time on a flight. So first time on a flight. First time at OR Tambo. First time my family seeing a flying machine.
Yeah.
My grandfather's never seen it. My grandfather was a tough guy.
Oh yeah.
So we're at the airport, bro, and I'm this little kid. You see how short I am now? You can imagine how I looked when I was 16.
Yeah.
Confidence, a soccer player, but I had two bags on me, one suitcase and one backpack. And then I remember at right where they supposed to stay behind, and I bored. And I looked at my family. It was our biggest donation guy. He's there. I forgot his actual name. My grandmother used to call him. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother always gave people nicknames, by the way, like based on your habits. So if you always tailoring, she'll always be like, now So she always this guy had a nickname. Oh, he was actually on drugs. Yeah, he was on drugs. I guess it was or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he donated a lot of money to me, 5,000 and a lot of other stuff. He will see this interview. I don't think he will. I said that. So when I'm looking at them about a board and I have a look at them as my grandmother, as my uncle, as my aunt, as my grandfather, and it's him. His name was Mike, yeah. And I hug everyone. My grandfather very strong. Him and I have never hugged. Even my handshake was now ends. I was just very in my culture because I'm Lemba, Kumushabi. So there was a certain way in which I greet. Even till today, I don't just go into the house and say, Dumalama. No. There's a way in which I greet at home, So my grandfather that day, I'm like, "Ay, Papa Mushab." And then you gotta, clap your hands in a certain way.
Okay.
And then I looked at him, and the first and last time I saw my grandfather cry. And I could tell that this guy, this means a lot more to him than it does to me. Because he supported me through football since grade 4.
Yeah.
So now is the time. And this is the first time he's not going to be there. He's watched every single game of mine.
Sure.
He's rubbed every single injury I've had, any muscle pulls, anything. He's always made sure he delivered. I've always had the best boots, even though I was living in a bed. Because I used to sleep in a place where in the day, it's just buckets and cushions, night TV. In the night, it's just move the buckets, for mattress. And I used to sleep with my grandfather. So you can imagine the relationship that we had. Me leaving and I looked at him in the eyes, I could see this guy. I just saw him doing this. And I'm like, I'm gonna make you proud, man. Very confident. And I went overseas, get into the part you asked. Got overseas. I have so many videos. I think I didn't know what was vlogging at the time, but I think I can say safely that I vlogged. I don't know what vlog, but now I can say I was watching the videos. They still have the videos on my Google Drive.
Oh yeah.
And I can safely say that I vlogged, bro. The whole journey I flew from OR Tambo to Madrid, straight to Madrid. Got to Madrid at the airport, bro. The feeling was amazing. I felt like I was about to explode, like a gas tank, like opening the nozzle slowly, I remember taking a video, and there's this video, I don't know if I could show it to you, and I'm frustrated at myself. Like, I'm talking to my phone, and I'm like, Messi boy, Messi, because they used to call me Messi. So I'm like, Messi boy, Messi. Like I'm genuinely shaking my phone, bro. And I'm like, you have to do this, you know? I'm like screaming at the phone. And that's how much I needed the chance. And that was when I was waiting for the next flight to Almeria. The flight came. It was so amazing, bro. Everything was written in Spanish. I was asking questions like, guys, flight Almeria? Almeria? They're like, no, down the aisle, down. I'm like, okay, cool. Get there, I'm boarding. I'm like, hey guys, I'm looking. They're like, no English, Spanish. Okay, cool. I realized I needed to learn another language. The learning is Zulu and English. You know, so I found that very funny. And I got into the flight straight to Almeria. Go to Almeria. They picked me up at the airport. As I arrived, first day at the hotel, I meet the teammates that I'm going to, obviously, that are there. It's big players, bro. This is UD Almeria. This is big players. Get there. Alvero, like big players. And I mean, I'm just sitting with their bag. I push the luggage. They show me my room. Okay, cool. And it so happens that the hotel I had secured accommodation in is the club hotel. They actually use it.
Okay.
You know, so especially when they're camping during pre-seasons, they use it. So they show me my room. I meet the guy that I'm going to be sharing a room with as well. And then they show me either I can go to down the road to the accommodation that I had booked. Then I got my refund from the accommodation. Then I just paid the hotel to give me space there. First day, bro, as soon as I dropped I thought I was even training maybe in 4 days. First day after I dropped my bag, they knock on my door. Hello, Tibato? Yes. His training is in an hour.
It's time.
Bro, I've not, my body is not, you know, I don't know if I can call it jet lag, but I've been in the air for the past 28 hours, you know? And I'm like, I know, let's go. Put on my boots. They came, gave me a kit, training kit. I met the guys downstairs. They were having a light meal. I didn't want to eat. Just chilled out, drank water, looked around. Would you believe him? I tell you, I was sitting, the team was behind me like this. I was sitting for the coach to say, let's go to the field. Or the physio, the other assistant coach. As I was sitting on the spot, bro, I started feeling myself spinning. Like as if I'm in a plane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not now. In my head, I'm like, no, I manage. Because I can't even stand up now. Like I'm genuinely dizzy. You understand? So I can't even stand up. And the team now, and I'm looking down and I look onto the side and I see the guys are walking out. So I'm like, okay, cool. I guess it's time to go to training now, you know? And as they're going, they're like, yeah, Tebato, and I can hear them calling my name. And I get dizzy and I stood up. And I could feel, and I walked around. I didn't even try to to just show that I'm not okay. I couldn't allow them to see my weakness. We're going to get grounding. As you go from the hotel, the field was right opposite the hotel. So you go into a tunnel before you get into the field. As you go into the tunnel, there I felt like I can say Europe, man.
Yeah.
And we are fast. My mind just came back instantly. Like my mind clicked back and I'm like, you need this. There was a basin and I washed my face. There was my power rate, suppose. And then, you know, I went into the field, bro. First experience, first day on arrival, no rest. I have not slept properly. My first training session. I impressed like crazy.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. The guys were so happy. They had a friendly in about 2 days. We had another session the following day. We went to Malaga to play a friendly game with Malaga. We flew. Someone's saying, hey, I'm like, hey, we're flying again. For me, I only ever flew once, like an airport. Aye, okay. Go to Malaga. Really, the coach wants to see my talent, so he tells me, he asks me actually what position. I'm like, I'm a right winger. Do you want to play the back or in the front or whatever? He's like, no, let me try. He's like, no, go to right back. Tries me at right back. Second half, he puts me as right wing. Fine. I performed fine. And then the next game, we were playing against Real Sociedad. We were also flying out to them. This was about in 3 days. So man, I've caught so many flights and I've not even signed a contract. I'm just a trialist. Get there, he fires me as swing, center midfield, attacking midfield.
Yeah.
But now my confidence is very high. Coach also gave me the confidence. And my agent told me, they like you because of your style of play. That you come from South Africa. So do not try be like them. You should have seen me, dog. Bro, I loved football, dog. Should have seen me keep Like just this is the game. I think I assisted school too, and I almost scored that game. But that game, when you go to the training into the changing room, all the players came to me. They're like, I know, the chairman is gonna give you a contract. You're signed. They're like, South Africa, he's called me South Africa. So that's why they just call me South Africa. South Africa, today the contract is assigned. They're gonna give you the contract.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was not excited, but I was shocked because I'm hearing all the players I've watched. Even the goalkeeper, the captain came to me, and he's like, "Yo, the contract. You know, you're gonna get the contract today. They're definitely signing you." And the next day, I remember we're having breakfast. The chairman called me. The chairman called me, and no, the management called me. The chairman was there. And they asked me for my documents, like, would it clearance? Have you ever played a team for another team before? Stuff like that, bro. And this is the crazy part. I didn't know all those stuff. And I couldn't sign. I couldn't get released from Pirates. They're trying to contact with Affiliations. I think. A lot of stuff. I didn't know what was happening, you know, or the developments. But I couldn't sign mainly because it was something that was holding it back. Whether I was supposed to get released by SAFA or FIFA or I don't know what it was. Something though. You know, I never had an agent. This guy was a scout. He was not even my agent, you know. But anyway, I continued to be there. They maneuvered around it. And then I think I signed a 6 months. Yeah, it was a 6 months. And I was earning, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like, and just as a development player, because I couldn't be registered as a first team player.
Okay.
They signed me under the development. You know, and then and the reserve side as well. So I had a stipend, an allowance of was almost 7,000. Almost 6,000, just over 6,000 euros, and that was for 6 months. And
yes,
I'm clocking like over 100K, and I'm playing with the reserve side. You know, I'm not traveling because they still sort of my things with SAFA or FIFA and stuff. My parents, the guardians, there was just a lot of complications. My mom was supposed to come and do my granny must fly up to come and do the contracts and stuff. So they had to actually register me in the team as well, you know, in the local league they had. And then, yeah, man, my allowance, I'd never seen money like that before. So, I mean, they're saying it's a very superstar. And I'm on, and then I played. I got injured on the fourth month. I got injured. Tore my behind the ankle there.
The Achilles.
Yeah, Achilles. I tore it into two. Till today I've got a problem with it on my left foot. Tore it rapidly. It was bad, bro. Like the expenses was a bit crazy. The club tried to help, but it was a bit too much, and they couldn't renew my contract after that. Yeah, and then I was released.
So you come back home now.
But I hear about Forex while I'm overseas.
Oh, yeah?
While I have little bit money, little bit. I hear, I would say, okay, Forex, but Bitcoin was more popular.
Okay.
So I hear about Bitcoins and the kids that side in Spain, Ibiza. The first time I went to a club in my life, I went to Ibiza. The very, very first time in Planyami, or ever spending a night out in Groove, I was in Ibiza. I had left with we had won a really good game that day in Madrid. It was a friendly game in Madrid. I don't remember what team we were facing. The thing was Atlantic, I don't remember, but it was like a second division. And we won. We had a good game that day, and the chairman was really happy. And the guys got some stipends. And then they took me out. I was a youngster. The big players took me out to Ibiza. First time. I saw black coffee for the first time there. Went to the club. I had my very first sip of alcohol for the first time. You know, cocktail. I'm a cocktail. So, yeah, that was the very first time. And then I had really a lot of fun, bro. And then the club released me. But that's when I started seeing lifestyle. If it's young boys, like 19 years of age, in a McLaren. You know? Young boys in big stuff, like McLarens. Bro, like Mercedes-Benz, BMWs. And then I started asking questions, like, you know, they're doing cryptos, you know, all this other stuff. They do a lot of stuff. So I found out about a lot of the finance stuff, you know, like investments and all these Forex scams. Like, when I heard about Forex, all I heard was scam. So I found out about all this stuff when I was there. Yeah. You know? And then I came back home, dog. Came back home, half healed. And then that's when I started taking on my journey for Forex.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So how did that journey start? Because I know we still got a long way to go, right?
Yeah, bro, it was crazy because that journey takes off really interesting because I come back home knowing that it exists, but I don't come back home with an intention to do it. I don't know it. So I still have I remember I have a little bit of cash that I've been saving from Spain. So I come home, I do a few things for my young brother and my grandfather, just pamper them here and there. And also like they can see I've changed. Like I dress different. I was sponsored by Adidas as well, I had an Adidas sponsorship. So I was, as soon as I came back, my siblings and my little brothers and my friends just got Adidas clothes, And I remember me coming back, actually it was not me coming back, I was supposed to go to Paris.
Okay.
To what's that club again? Remember that club I was supposed to go to? But yeah, there was a club, that can be, I don't know if it's Montpellier or something. I was supposed to go try that, But I was actually supposed to come home, prepare, get my visa sorted, and go off to France. I don't remember which thing, so I can go off to France. And in the midst of me preparing to go to France, I bump into Forex. I remember I came across a post of Jason Noah. It was on Facebook, and he was sitting on money, sitting on top of the C200.
Yeah.
And there was money all over the floor. And I'm like, okay, let me check. What's this?
The financial markets wait for no one, but with the right tools, you'll never get left behind. And that is where the Octa trading app comes into play. Craft your strategy, analyze the markets, execute with accuracy with Octa. Also awarded the 2024 Most Trusted Broker in South Africa. Now that's a broker I trade with, and that's a broker that you should be trading with. What are some of the things I look for when choosing a broker? Transparent trading conditions, fast deposits and withdrawals, a diverse range of instruments. Bro, did you hear that? No? Just me, I guess. And a user-friendly interface designed for easy navigation and efficient trading. Okay, I get it. I hope you do too. Download the Octa Trading app today and use the promo code MarketMasters to get your 100% deposit bonus. Elevate your trading with Octa.
So yeah, man, I see that. I'm like, picture money. I'm like, hey, these things. Okay, cool. So now it's getting closer to home. As obviously now I'm back home and I'm realizing that a lot of people are doing this now. I'm finding out about big names. Your Sandy Deshezi, your Cash Flows, your undercover billionaires at the time. The Tlokwane, you remember he was really crazy, that guy. So I'm doing my research now. I'm finding out more. I'm going onto YouTube. And the first guy I tried reaching out to was Cash Flow. Couldn't get a hold of him at all. I mean, I was just a random kid. I don't think you would have ever given me attention. Reach out to Upra Flow, an amazing guy now. Him and I know each other now. So I reach out to him. I can't really, because I'm trying to have a one-on-one with the master.
Yeah.
I don't want the class filled up. I want to have a one-on-one with the master. You sit me down, I sit you down, or whatever. You show me this.
Why was that so important for you?
Because if it's real, I wanted to just hear it from the horse's mouth, one-on-one. But
if you're sitting in a class, though, you're not going to hear it from the...
Bro, I wanted this thing straight. I wanted to just... I was willing to, because I had some bit of cash, I was willing to pay the guy to come to my house or somewhere, but because I had questions to ask, like, are you serious? This thing works. I think I was so eager, I would have asked him, like, can I see your bank account then?
Yeah.
So, I didn't able to get a hold of those, so I ended up submitting to a class. And then, but after learning how to trade over a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm like, the only guys that were doing class at the time who I actually had to steer was Jason. And I'm like, let me actually go meet these people in person. So I wasn't necessarily going there to learn. I just wanted to just see if it's real. I was actually late that day. Get there, Jason, I see his car. The guy was dripped out to the pit. Like, he was looking fine, looking all good in a tuxedo. I think that day his mom was there. He was driving the Porsche. And I'm like, man, sorry I'm late. It's like, no problem. Today's day 1. So you paid up until day 3. I'm like, oh, okay. 3 days. Cool. I arrived when the session was done. He offered me food. I had something to eat. I got back into the taxi. I had to go to Pretoria, so I got back to the taxi. Took a train back to Johannesburg. And the next day I was there on time. And yeah, man, I sat there. I obviously had the session. And I realized, okay, I'm on the right track based on the lot of information that I was teaching myself from YouTube and stuff, you know, because I was also following a guy called Forex Gentleman. I don't know if he's still around now on social media. And I thought, okay, cool, I'm on the right track, you know. And then through that class of Jason that we had, I was able to have a few couple of Forex friends from that group, because we made like a group chat, you know. So I met a couple of people through the group. And then that's how I met DJ Melzi.
Oh, yeah.
So I met Melzi like that. And then me and Melzi became really good friends because we were learning to trade together, you know. And he was doing his music and he was still in school. So I was pushing him to stick in school, to stay in school, and, you know, do his music as well. He's always been like a music guy from long before I even knew him. He's always done music. Every Sunday we'd go over to his house. He'd take out his CDJs or whatever, put them outside, and he'd just play music for us and his mom, and he was having lunch, you know. So he was trying to, I guess, push through, make a lot of money through Forex, and then maybe to fund his music career, or vice versa. I don't know what was his intention, or you're just trying out something really new. Because Melzi loved money. You know, he's always been somebody who's, you know, loved money. Even now he's got I think he's even got like a water business and stuff. So yeah, man, that's how I stepped into Forex, man. And I started pushing, and I started trading, losing here, winning there.
Do you remember your first deposit?
Yeah, like about, I think it was like 300, 200. Rands, yeah,
Okay.
or even less. But I know the money was not any of the cash that I had when I came back overseas. By the time I started understanding Forex, I was already broke. I already ate that 100,000 I came back with. Because it wasn't a lot, man. I came back already spent like 40,000 family.
Yeah.
And the rest...
And that's when you realize money is...
It was the first time I was broke in about 8 months.
Yeah.
Since I went to Spain, you know. And I was used to money because obviously I'm at Inicio and stuff like that. And I got overseas. I started making an income. So, yeah, man. I started relying on my granny. You know, again, my grandfather again, Sasa money again, you know, and yeah, my deposit was somewhere around 200 or less, or just somewhere back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
What happened to the 200?
Why?
What happened to the 200 that you...
I know, blue. No, man, blue. I don't even think I knew what I was doing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like I knew, I was still so confused. I was still trying to understand as a trader.
Yeah.
I know, blue. I don't remember the exact trading history. Did it blow instantly? Did it blow after a couple of days? I can't remember properly, man. That was like 9 years ago. But yeah, I blew.
Yeah, you blew.
Yeah, nah.
So as the journey keeps going, what happens with the trading right now? Because I can imagine right now you need money to fund your accounts. So what goes on?
So I've always been like a hustler, you know. So like I said, my granny was always, she was selling fat cakes. So I was getting, a lot of my capital I was getting from either my friends, my granny, my grandfather, you know. So I started making a little bit of cash because now I had a really good friend. His name is Isham. So Isham was an Indian friend of mine, or Muslim friend of mine. Till today we speak. And he actually is the guy that taught me how to shoot, you know. Crazy. We used to go to a shooting range together as a kid. So I always asking for money. So he actually helped me a lot. I was asking for cash, like 1,000, and he would give me, bro, to fund, employ, to fund. So that was my main my capital was based around there. And Isham was actually like, he would call me, Ish, Messi, did you blow that money again? But Ish, okay, it's fine. I'll make a plan for you. Then you can try. Or, you know, like, so he helped me a lot. Sometimes I'd even ask him for money for other stuff, knowing that I want to fund. You know, and started seeing small profit, but not like serious stuff. And then small. And then at the time, there were certain accounts that you would get that come with like bonus, starting off bonuses and stuff like that, you know. I relied on those a lot. And then, yeah, man, I think that's because I remember my very first withdrawal. Yeah, it was like $200. No, like one something. And then I took it out. I'm like, yo, okay. Then I put it back in. Then I started growing it slowly though. I think I never withdrew for a long time. But I remember very well because I remember having about 28,000 under my mattress. Cash.
Why?
That I withdrew to my F&B. Then I had to prove to my grandfather that this thing works.
So
yeah, I put it there.
But
before I could show him,
yeah,
he found it because we slept in the same bed, me and my grandfather in that back room when I went back. So if I leave first, he makes the bed. He leaves first, I make the bed. That day, I don't know what he was doing under the mattress or under the fitted sheets or something. And then he found the money. He called me, told me to come home. And bro, you know that guy almost beat me up. Like, why am I getting? And I was explaining in fear. Papa, it's that Forex thing. And he was so angry. But yeah, from there, bro, it's been great ever since. I think the experience, not great, it hasn't been a roller coaster. I mean, it hasn't been smooth, but it's been an amazing roller coaster. From there, yeah, I found my niche in life. I think I found a slight purpose. Never had a passion for it. I had to somehow give up football. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we talk about Forex wealth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forex Kings or Forex?
Is it Forex Kings or Forex Wealth? Which one is it?
Forex Kings, my company, my previous company.
Was it Kings?
Yeah, Forex. No, not Forex Kings. Forex Kings was Jason. I was Wealth Kings.
Wealth Kings.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Jason was Forex Kings, and then I'm Wealth Kings. Yeah. Wealth Kings, man. Yeah, I loved that company. Wealth Kings founded it exactly. Which year was 2018? Mid 2018. So about a year and a half into my trading.
Okay.
I had been already sharing knowledge with people, like my cousins, my friends, like sheikhs, for example, a lot of other people. Well, sheikhs was still playing soccer. I was not interested at the time. A lot of people, though, I was sharing a lot of knowledge with them, And what inspired the company was actually inspired by Forex Kings. So Jason Noah's company. So I had seen how Jason Noah teaches people, and I was like, yo, this guy really is actually making a genuine impact on people's lives. And I was wondering, okay, can I teach maybe? Then I used to guide a lot of the students that Jason had in his groups. They would come to me for advice, like ask me, oh bro, how did you take this trade? So I was guiding a lot of people like that, Without me knowing, I realized that I was slowly just becoming their mentor, like guiding them, I met a lot of people like that. And then, I think I spent like a couple of months just guiding those people. And I was also growing. We'd have like trading sessions, would link up and stuff like that. And then I decided about a year, 6 months, I was like, okay, Wealth Kings. I think 6 months or just over a year. Like Wealth Kings, and then started my own company. Initially at first, what did I want to do? I just wanted to do classes. I just wanted to teach people. But I was focused. I wanted the people from Ekasi who don't have opportunities. I wanted to teach those people, And at the time, I don't know how much I was charging people, but I don't remember. I think it was like 1.5, 3K or 2K. I don't remember. But I wanted people from the hood because those are the people because I wanted to show the people that here's the thing, you don't need to be at an office, you don't need anywhere, you can work from wherever, in the beginning, I didn't believe Forex trading was for rich people or whatever, I just felt like people that were in poverty could use it as an element of growth. You know what I mean? And man, that's when I started. Anyway, and I was so impressed. That company just went skyrocket, bro. Yeah.
So, Wealth Kings there, you move with that. 2018, 2019, popularity, you become more popular.
Yeah, bro. And remember, all this time when I started, I was never a popular person. So now I start teaching people. Somehow now I've got followers, people are recognizing me. It's a big motion now. Now it's getting more serious than I thought. You know what I mean? 2019, it comes in, literally there's I'm touring like crazy now. I'm trading and touring and tutoring, do live tradings. I'm touring from Limpopo to throughout Cape Town. I'm not even home, bro. I'm teaching all over the country. I am in demand. I had 3 assistants at the time, and 2 assistants and 1 manager who ran the business and ran everything. It's to a point where my family sometimes couldn't get a hold of me, I was always on the road. I'm in Bloemfontein, so I would go Cape Town, Durban, Bloemfontein, Knysna, Namibia, Botswana, Tanzania. It was really crazy. I spent so many months on the road, 2018, 2019. And then, 2020 early, I felt like I was tired.
Yeah.
I had exhausted myself. I felt burnt out. I felt like I was a bit burnt out way before COVID. And, I dropped the ball.
So how does one actually balance? At this point, are you even trading? Are you still trading at this point because you're so busy?
Look, so at that time, I don't know about traders nowadays, but at that time, it was very important that you trade. You know, at that time, the only thing you could do was, and at that time, it didn't matter how much money you made. You know, you could always share, you could be transparent. It wasn't about making millions every day. You know, whether you're making 5,000 a day, it was fine, or 5,000 a week, it was fine. So I was trading consistently. And because the company wasn't making enough money to run my own team. So all the amounts that I was charging.
What?
Yeah.
It's for real.
The company was not making. So think about it. I'm flying with a team of 6. I'm flying all over the country. Understand? These people are earning salaries, and I was paying a fortnight. Everybody was earning at the time. My manager was earning about. Actually, no, she might watch this. Let me not say that.
Yeah.
You know, but she doesn't work with us anymore. But yeah, she was the highest paid in the team. Let me just say, and there were so many salaries, so many expenses. So our take home, we had offices as well. Not even offices, but we had a house that we use as an office, a very big house. You know, and expense. It was just a lot of stuff. You know, and the company was catering for a lot of people, like a lot. So I don't think I even saw the money from Wealth Kings, you know. It was just like, whew.
That is crazy because I think obviously we know during that period, that time, that classes and a lot of people made a killing.
Now we made money, bro, but I don't think I saw the money. I don't think I can go back and be like, here's what I've done with that.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I did this. I think on my side, it all just flew out on the road, bro. The things we were getting up to, who were traveling. So if like, yeah, because I never used my own personal money for anything that had to do with getting out the house.
Okay.
So anything that had to do with like going to Cape Town, doing classes, I never touched my personal. I always had my own trading going on outside of whether my clothes are in the house. For as long as it included me and my team, I didn't touch my personal funds. They knew everybody, you know, it's just a shake stepped out. He tell you there was a point where everybody had a copy of a card of the business bank account in my entire management. Both my assistants, my manager, myself, and even my bodyguard at the time had a copy of that specific bank account that Wealth Kings had with FNB. You know, I'd allow them. There were certain allowances they were allowed to have access to, you know, and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't advised right. You know, I know a lot of people who did right with that, who invested in the right places. But also, I didn't see myself traveling, doing that for too long because I was getting exhausted. It was affecting my training because I was traveling a lot, bro. Like, and I was doing small town classes. So you would do, let's say you go to Cape Town, you do Cape Town. You know, I'll go to Stellenbosch. I'll go do a wall in Khayelitsha. You know, I go to Durban. I go to Stanger. I did a class in Stanger in the rurals. I've done one in Newlands in Durban. You know, I'll go to Limpopo. I'll go into Zanin and Gevend. I go to Messina. So I had to go into a province and break it down. You know, if I go to West, I go to Northwest, Rustenburg, there's Mafeking, there's Daung. You know, so that's how the business, I always found myself on the road, and that's how the business grew. That's how my name became very prominent, because my initial purpose was actually to empower, bro. You know, I was generally empowering, and I found myself, there was a point I didn't have a place to stay, you know that?
Okay.
Like my lease finished where I was renting, because I was on the road so much, I just put my furniture into storage. And we just stayed on the road till COVID hit. When COVID hit, we came home, and when I started to go, I realized, woo. So I contact the landlord. I'm like, yo, listen. No, man, let me just send you this money quickly. He's like, okay, cool. So I pay like 12 months upfront rent and I get into the house. But that's how hectic it was, you know. But the best thing with that is that the circle I had was a trading circle.
Okay.
They were fully Forex inspired as well. So we traded a lot. We did a lot of trading. We lost a lot of money also.
Yeah. What was your style of trading around that period?
It was still technical.
Okay.
It was technical. There was a word called major key.
Ah, yes.
There was a word called major key. I still don't believe I've ever traded like that, but I've understood the major key, and I've always added it. At that time, I used to always add it into my trading style. But yeah, obviously now, I don't think it's valid now.
Somewhat big to differ. I mean, I was with Japan recently from Go Forex.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he still trades the major key.
He still trades the major key? That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I haven't traded the major key in a lot of years. But I've how I trade now, I've definitely added it into my trading style.
Somehow.
I've like diluted it into my trading style. But I'm not a full-on major key anymore.
Yeah.
But major key was the trading style.
It was a thing.
That was a strategy back then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now COVID hits. It's 2020 at this point. We're indoors, but we all know that during COVID, Forex is up now. Very up. Everyone's
Bro.
trying to make money from home.
A friend of mine the other day were talking about our COVID era.
Yeah.
Eric Tower Maton. And we were saying that, bro, we had the best trading time during COVID. We would camp at each other's houses. And then you would wake up in the morning from maybe, if I'm at his house, you'd wake up in the morning with the balcony. He'd be like, hey, Maranga Panda. Maranga Panda means leadership in Venda.
Okay.
It's like, hey, Maranga Panda. Hey, no, you want a goldie? And then I'm like, hey, King, I saw it. He's like, I'm in. I'm like, hey, I'm also in, you know?
Yeah.
So COVID was the best time to trade. I went broke during COVID.
Okay.
Because I made a couple of bad financial decisions that I went broke, extremely broke during COVID because I did place my money on some stuff that didn't work out. Businesses that were running in COVID, like your masks and stuff, sanitizers. Okay. Yeah, I got hit. I lost a lot of money during COVID. And I went broke. I would say I went broke. And Eric Mato, actually, the legendary soccer player from Kaizer Chiefs, he's one of the guys that helped me come back. I was just chilling with him at his house and I had a bit of cash, but I didn't have enough. And he's like, man, how's everything? I'm like, man, I made an investment in March and now it's bad, but I'm trading. So I was trading, but I was making small cash, like 10,000 a week and stuff, you know. I was not the way I knew money, like, you know, where I wouldn't check the price. I had like 20, 30K. So he gave me a certain amount of money. But I had taught him how to trade way back. So I taught him how to trade like 2019. So he had been trading throughout. I taught him how to trade really well. He was really profitable. And then he was very shocked to see me as his mentor, you know, experience a challenge. And I explained to him, it's like, yeah, no. Then we actually reached out to the people that actually, like, I'd say the business for fair, I had a fallout on. I don't think they ate my money, eh?
Hey, you think so?
Yeah, they blocked me, those people.
COVID times is a
They
tricky
gave me
time,
crazy promises because I had put down just over half a M, bro.
Okay.
And they gave me crazy promises. And I kept dropping more cash. But yeah, it's cool, it's fine. I give them to God. You know, and then yeah, Eric Mato really helped me with a certain amount I funded, and I remember what trading, bro. What trading. If I could show you, I still have the chats on half. If I could show you the screenshots that we have and trading histories from that time during COVID, 2020, how I built myself back to just staying in the house. I also had to sell some of my cars to build up capital. You know, that's the car that the late Easy.
Easy.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
Easy. So when I was experiencing financial problems, I sold the car.
Oh, yeah.
I sold my brothers, you know?
Yeah.
I sold my brothers, and Easy actually bought it the next day.
It's quite as
that was a crazy coincidence, you know? He saw it. I think he when we had an argument, and because we had a back and forth on social media, and then when I drove out one night, midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning, I drove out to his house. He stayed somewhere in the east, I think. Is it east?
Yeah, I know, in the east.
Yeah, in the east. And we spoke. I'm like, Fitz, you bought my car, Fitz, but why did you post about like that, trying to make it look like I'm broke? I mean, I was broke, but I wasn't down low. I still had a Golf 7. I drove to him in my Golf 7, you know. And he's like, sorry, we apologize to each other, you know. And he's like, Ando, in my head, I'm like, ish. This guy, bro, you know. So, yeah, that's how Easy actually bought the car. And, yeah, man, I used the money to actually fund my career again. I sold a car. I had like one car left, sold my cars. And then at the time that Tower, Eric Mato borrowed me money, he was really just pretty much replacing the money that I was using to trade. So I would probably fund like 20K, and he gave me probably 20K, and then to replace the one that I used. So yeah, man, June, July, that's when I started building. Literally, I camped with these guys. We were just trading camp till December. We were trading.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, US Open, US States, like everything. Asian Open, London, like we were killing it. Back then, 3:30 was 3:30.
Yeah. Hey.
Premium 3:30. You know, the one we know. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, it's almost CPI. Hey. I don't want to miss the entry point. What time is it?
What time is it?
It's 1:30.
Oh, no. It's fine. Yeah. But yeah, you know, so yeah, back when 3:30 was 3:30, you know, Isaac will tell you about the 3:30. I think, I don't know if he shared the story of 3:30, but Isaac is the most crucial 3:30 trade I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
New York Open.
Yeah.
Isaac. Jesus, bro. That guy used to make crazy money. Like, I'll go to his apartment and he'd be like, but it's almost time. And this guy would just goes in, maybe funded like 20K, flipped that 100,000, you know. And at the time, we still had those accounts with 100% drawdown. Remember that actually existed at some point, you know, back then. And the guys would kill it like so. That's how our circle was. We were very Forex trading, and we actually traded. Same time as Amanja, I don't know if they're trading, but I think the ones I know, they are trading. But people traded a lot back then. You know, like a lot, bro. A lot, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, yeah.
Are you having flashbacks?
Yeah. Hey, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get to 20. This is 2020. Y'all are trading. Things are good. I think we get to. Because you know what you're mentioning right now, and I can imagine it must have been a really tough time for you. Because you said right now you were selling your cars, things you were down low, and obviously there's a public perception that you need to deal with at this point.
There is, bro. I'm a big name at the point, and people look up to me. And I've sold cars before that, but not because I was going broke. I sold cars because I just didn't want the car anymore, you know, or I was trading it in, you know, like the A45. I traded it in for a different car, you know. So when I had to sell, so I knew that me selling a car would not affect me personally, like me as an individual. I wouldn't feel the difference because I need to use the money for trading. But when people looked at me, I knew that people would think differently, you know. So I didn't really care because I wasn't really concerned of whether people think. I wasn't trying to double play my image, you know. It's my journey. I wasn't speaking much on it, but if somebody asked me to next day, where's the Bravas? I'm like, I'll just say, easy, bought it. I sold it to this dealership and easy went and bought it. If they asked me, why did you buy it? If I'm comfortable enough, I would have told them, like, yo, I went through some financial decision and I sold the car. I'm in a financial situation, I sold the car, you know. So that for me, it never really affected me. Me selling the cars never. Personally, at the time I'd owned about 7 cars and I'd sold a back and forth and traded in a couple of cars from 2017 until 2020, you know, just because I wanted to and stuff. So having to sell, I said like 3 cars because I was going broke. It never affected me. Like the absence of the cars never really did. I actually appreciated having my money back. You know? So the people spoke, the people judged as usual. But I also kind of knew my brand and I knew the backlash that was coming. And I anticipated it, man. It never really affected me. I was in a relationship at the time. The girlfriend at the time, yeah, I would say she was supportive as well, you know. But it never really affected me. I think what really annoyed me would be people trying to make it look like I'm gone, like I'm so broke. People just pushed my lows at that point as if I don't even have 1,000 rand. You know, I was still living in my double story. You know, I was still paying crazy amounts a month for the house. I was still feeding my family even though I was broke. I was still taking care of my little brother. I was still paying his school fees. You know what I mean? I still had a goal 7. I was still I was still living the life that I wanted for myself. It's just that I had to tone down my expenses. You know, I knew that I would go even worse if I don't do it. I never went down broke to an extent where I couldn't even put food on the table, you know. I was still looking after my people. I was still doing what is right. But for me, I considered it broke because I never had enough for myself. I had to calculate. I had to plan and stuff like that, you know. So it's just obviously when people see like, where's the Pravas? Where's the what? Ooh, you know. So, and yeah, then they so happened to be right. That was my reason of selling. That I was going through a financial situation and I needed to let go, like any other person would, you know, after making a couple of bad business decisions and bad investments and losing money from trading. It was only fair that I actually make that decision. The only money I really had was a couple of savings from Wealth Kings.
Oh, yeah?
And I didn't touch it, bro. I think that money's still in my trust till today.
Chilling.
It's not even my trust. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to tell you a bit deeper stuff now.
Yeah, no,
yeah, but there's an uncle of mine that it's not even mine. There's an uncle of mine that actually helped me out with a couple of stuff. And I'll be like, take this, man. So I think he still has that. But it wasn't a lot, though. I think the savings is like 90K. Yeah. No, I think. Oh, no. It's not there. I buried it. I buried my grandfather with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we ate. We chopped it. It's taking home. So that was chopped. Yeah, it was chopped.
Yeah.
The same year, I think.
Oh, yeah. All right. Then I think we get to 2021, FSCA.
Yeah.
That issue comes up. I think it's one of the things I think I've always wanted to do is like sit across from you and actually be like, hey, bro, what happened?
So that's not even as complicated as it sounds. So it's not 2021.
Okay.
It comes up which year? It comes up 2019.
Really?
It cancelled 2019.
Yeah.
But then they do release a statement after we have an encounter.
Okay.
You know, it's not as hectic as it sounds. So what happens was, as I was growing as a brand, obviously you do affiliate, right? So I don't want to mention too many names. So you do affiliates, and you know, of course, you meet with certain brokers. They're like, yo, listen, you have a trading community, and we have this kind of platform, rah, rah, rah. And I've always, if I had a partnership or whatever, I've always did partnership based on my terms and what I wanted for my community, what is right for my community, understand? So I got approached by this specific company, and this was my very first time ever being approached. So I'm not even educated in the space, in that line of business. I don't know about licensing and reps and ODPs. I mean, now if you ask me any single thing, I can tell you from the back of my hand. So I don't know anything at that point. And they say, okay, cool. Yeah, we have an agreement. I tell them, look, I speak to my team. I speak to my manager. We're also not educated at all, bro, about all this stuff. You know what I mean? A girl actually I was seeing, bro, tried to warn me at the time. Actually, she's my current baby mama, yeah, the mother of my child.
Oh, yeah?
She was working for an insurance company, and she had I think she had an RE.
Oh, okay.
You know, she was more FSP related. She knew these types of brokers, and you know, certain insurance or pilots must have certain license. She tried to speak to me about it, and she told me, she's like, oh, do they have an FSP license? I'm like, what is that? You know, I'm like, hey, these people, they're telling me they want to cook, so you know what I mean? So it's cool. So yeah, I went on, we did our partnership. 3 months into this, 2 months, 2.5 months, I remember, because this was in December. A close friend of mine in the industry, who's actually very educated, who was busy with getting his license at the time, calls me and says, yo, these people that you've got an affiliation with, they seem they don't have 1, 2, 3. I signed up with them. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, what is that? What does it do? You know, then he explains to me. I promise you, immediately I got so frustrated, and I had a lot of money then. So got so frustrated, I called my assistant. And I'm like, why didn't you do research on this? So I'm attacking her. She doesn't really understand what I'm talking about. She's like, no, but I didn't know that was part of the deal, you know? So immediately I call this lady, her name was Mashudu, the account manager. I call her, I'm like, what is going on? 1, 2, 3, is this true? This person tells me we're in the process of getting it. Then why we in the process? So yeah, man. Then a couple of weeks later, I got a call. You know, so I was already anticipating. Got a call. Already I had my lawyers already going against what they did, the defamation or whatever crazy stuff that the other business did. Because I was already suing the business that I was working with, that I had an affiliate with, for what they had done. And I wanted them to actually pay me out certain amount of money and stuff like that, because they took my time, you know, and I attacked them from a Wealth King's point, not from as a brand, not as an individual. But yeah, man, I actually got an invite. I went to the FSCA. I explained to them, we spoke about it, and yeah, Wealth Kings was running at the time, and I think I had a choice of whether to say, was it me affiliated with the business or Wealth Kings affiliated, you know, but Wealth Kings was running, and I didn't want to taint the business and put a bad name on the business. So I said, no, I made the decision, myself and the team. So then you guys can go ahead and place a warning about this company that did that. And that's what they did. Then they released a statement, spoke about the business, and at that time I shared it in my channel. You know what I mean? I shared the statement in my channels, in my groups and WhatsApps, letting people know that, yo, guys, these people have actually tricked me, 1, 2, 3. So let's step away. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it wasn't something. That was done in-house. It was the whole agreement, the statement going up. It wasn't a thing of maybe like you know, it wasn't like any sort of fine, anything. They were just making it clear. The FSCA making it very clear that the business was not allowed to actually do that, you know, with me at all. And yeah, I had that sorted. My community that I had actually explained to them at the time. Yeah, life went on. Yeah, it went on as usual. And then from there, coincidentally, that's when I decided to stop classes.
Okay.
That really annoyed me, and I wanted to learn more information. So I started doing my research about brokers and how they work. And yeah.
I remember we had a phone call in 2021. No, 2022. around the time, just I think after the time I shot the interview with Bands,
Yes.
we had a phone call actually. And I remember that time I was also trying to get you on as well, but you were like, nah.
Not now, yeah.
And you told me something that you're cooking, and you told me that you're working on something right now, and it's going to be big, something that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Is it RCG?
It's RCG, man. It's RCG.
And this was back in like what, 2020?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
3 years ago. It was. I had a goal always from 2020, from the people that I've taught and I've seen succeed in trading. I started to have a goal to empower traders, to establish brands, to build, to mentor and guide, produce actually the best traders in the country, even if they have to be influential. Teach them how to, if they want to also share skills, teach them how to do that. Teach them how to mentor people. I figured at that point I'd learned how to share the knowledge the best way. I knew that in 2022, I knew that nobody could share knowledge with the next person when it comes to trading better than I did.
Where do you get that conviction from?
Because of my experience of things I've done in my private space. You know, I've taught people that can't even speak English the craziest terms of Forex. I've taught people crazy stuff. And I realized that it's a skill I have. And I go way beyond trading, bro. When you have a session with me, when I teach you how to trade, bro, I go deep. Your first account, I want to see your bank balance. You know what I mean? I go as far as, I want to see what are your expenses. I go, when I say mentoring, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's Forex mentors. I wasn't mentored. You know, I don't think anybody was mentored. People teaching me how to trade is not mentoring me. You're just teaching me. You are my teacher. You know, you're sharing class. You know, my science teacher in school was not my mentor. You know what I mean? But what I've done in the industry, bro, I'm mentor, bro. Okay. I come to your house late at night I attend to your personal families. You know, I mean, given what just the incident just happened now, as, you know, Sheikh's got an emergency with me and I said, let's continue the interview. It's things that I'm used to. I've dealt with that, bro. I get out of my comfort zone. I deal with family issues in your life when I'm mentoring you. I put people back in the right space. I've dealt with depression from other people. I've cured depression to other people while I was struggling with it myself. You understand what I'm saying? So I learned that. I learned that over the years. So in 2022, I knew that nobody will ever build a big trading community like me. If I don't do it, it will never happen. And people thought I was being cocky, so I never shared it. I shared it a couple of times, and with my previous assistant and my best friend, Pablo. And I shared the idea with him. And Pablo knew I was crazy. So when I shared it with him, he's like, hey, bro, I know this is going to take a lot, but do you think you can? I'm like, I think I can. We need to build a community in this industry that when people think Forex, they think that. When they see Forex, they think, well, even if it's bad stuff, it's fine. Because I knew very well that if I were to build a community that comes out and takes over and makes an impact like the one we are doing right now, I knew we would have backlashes. I knew we would have some weird cats saying whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
It's okay. I knew that we're never going to be supported, yeah?
Yeah. Before we continue with this one, I'm realizing now I don't want to mix the two together. There's one other issue I must ask about.
Yeah.
Correct me on this. Nah. Was it 5 million or was it 3 million of the accounts that were blown at the time? Can I ask that? Yeah. There was a story going out that there was an account of, was it a pooled account?
Yes.
Yes, that was blown at the time.
A pool account that was blown. Okay, so the affiliations, what actually happened was clients were obviously trading, as usual, trading with the entity, of course, right? And stuff like that. So as we were building up to, was it towards my birthday, I think? Yeah, as we were building up towards my birthday, I had this whole thing that I should do with my foundation when I give money away, Then the business then proposed to me. That, okay, listen, now that I think, oh, this is crazy, I know, they robbed me. So the business then proposed to me, they're like, no, listen, to your community, because we see the amount of passion you have, we're going to give you a certain amount of money we're going to allocate this money into your trading account, and from there, you could actually trade this money and flip it and invest it into your community. I'm like, oh, okay, then how do we go with the process? Yeah, they then just ruffled an entire setup for me, like an entire structure of what I must tell my community and stuff like that. And most of it included copy trading.
Okay.
Included copy trading. So, and copy trading was a bit famous, I think, back then, to copy trading. So I was like, okay, cool. So you guys are putting this, so you guys are investing this money into me as the good trader, and then the clients copy trade, and then they also become profitable. Okay. And I was looking at the money. I think there was, how much was it? 250.
Okay.
250,000, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. And I was like a major key trader, so I was doing my trend lines and stuff. Okay, I caught a couple of good trades. The problem became when I was becoming too profitable, and they were no longer complying with me. So we made, like, literally, the account grew to about 3.8 million. So I don't know.
So basically,
yeah.
because one thing I do understand, I think copy trading is like, at that time, was it called MAM or PAM, something like that, PAM accounts or whatnot? Because I know people deposit money via the broker and then it gets pulled into.
Yeah, they had this back end platform. They had this crazy back end platform.
Yeah.
That would allow you. So once you fund it, or whatever, you could just send the money. It just goes directly from.
Yeah.
That's what they had. So that would allow you.
Yeah.
You know. So I think I don't know how it worked in the back office or whatever, but yeah, the account actually grew. So my biggest concern till today, I was always asking myself is, did they really give me 250, or are those the initial deposits? I still ask myself those questions. But why would it be on the dot? You know? You know what I mean? So anyway, so I traded the account anyway. We took it like crazy. Like I genuinely like camped at home, you know? I was just trading, I was sharing all the progress. And privately, before I could scare off the community, privately I was already having an argument with them. We're fighting, going back and forth. I'm like, at least pay out at least R1 million. You know, pay out at least R1 million, and per trading, pay out at least or something. But only to find out that all of those things were like fugazi. I don't know. Like it's as if it never existed. And because I remember towards the end when we had the actual fight, like a big fight, was when I was saying, okay, where's the initial? Can I have my personal initial profits? Because I also had put in money. You know, I think I put in about like 20. You know what I mean? So can I have at least mine, like me? Okay, perfect. Let's leave that whole. Me personally, of this 30 whatever. Can I have, you know? Because to the turnover, we just calculate how many of us were in actually this copy trading or whatever. And then can I have my? I actually just wanted my actual profit because I realized that I actually had made a lot of money and I couldn't get that. Couldn't get that. Things hit the fan. Yeah, man. That was a crazy thing. So I had to go back now and explain. Luckily, it was very minimum. It was like a minimum community. It was like a couple of people.
Yeah, I was literally just about to ask about the community.
It was like limited. It was only people. Yeah, people that actually trusted the whole thing. It was they never really trusted it. You know, I was also very skeptical of that because till today I don't think there's a brokerage firm that there is copy trading to that extent where. Oh, well, there is a broker now that I know that does actually allows clients to transfer their money from one trading account to another trading account. There is a broker that allows that. So, yeah, well, I guess it's common now, but it's happening legally at least. You know, they were doing it very crazy. So, yeah, well, that actually affected my brand a lot.
Yeah. Because, you know, these things happen over time and they stick with you. And I have to sit down with you and be like,
bro,
leadership.
I see these things and I'm like, you know, the thing is, and I'm always open to speak about them because I've always run a legitimate, like, you know, a straight business, you know, always been. That's why I don't teach anymore for a price. Because those scenes, they kind of diluted my purpose. You know, bro, regardless of whether I went broke and sold the Brabus or whatever, it doesn't take away from the skill that I have. And I've always I grew a passion to teach that. You know, and when I realized that what people are saying now is affecting my brand, I was like, you know, it's fine. Once I've got money again, I will teach, but for free, which is what I'm doing now, Yeah.
Now you're going to have a whole lot of people knocking at your door being like that.
Yeah, if it's for free, I know they can never hold me against anything. You know, when people, they feel like they're putting money, it's like they're your tenants.
Yeah, they own you now.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, okay, no, let's get back. RCG.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's become a very prominent piece of your story, if I can put it like that, because I think it's become because when people see you, they see the brand as well.
Yeah.
You know,
That sounds cool. Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
you basically the face of the brand, but you. How did it come about that you guys actually? Because obviously you told me you were cooking something, but how did it
Yeah.
actually come about?
And it was a very easy thing. So I was already coming from a very bad experience previously with a very bad partnership, affiliation that I had. So I was very nonchalant as to who I'm working with, and I didn't want to work with anybody. I was gonna build the community on my own, because you're building a trading community. You know, you're building a home for people that they can come through and feel free to learn and grow. A circle of people that are going to influence each other in the right way, financially, in all possible, ways, So that was my plan. I had this all written down. I still have it till today. And in the process, amazing, bro. I meet a close mentor of mine introduces me to an amazing guy. His name is Tahani Chivamba, I think. Yeah. We call him Hold It Lizzy.
Yeah.
So who's also been trading just a bit longer than I've been. He's been trading, I think, from 2014 or 15. Like way back, actually. Way back, like ACM Gold days,
Yeah.
So he introduced me to him, and which I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I should have met this guy way back. Because he seems like he's just like me, but knows the more educated side of the more powerful side of it. I met him, and he had been trading for years, had his own stuff in key, had his own license. He understood the industry for what it is. He knew the back ends from robots and everything, So it was really nice to meet somebody and at the time he also was teaching people. He also taught people and stuff like that. So we met, and we had the same vision. We sat down, and when we spoke from the very first day, I think we clicked, man. We had two visions that aligned. Is to change the Forex trading industry for the better, is to create an environment, a home for Forex traders in South Africa. We wanted to create for people to feel welcomed when you are within the royal circle, when you're within that RCG space. The only fear I did have is I didn't want to limit people to that.
Okay.
I didn't want people to feel limited, so I shared that, my view on that, and I said, this is about building a community. It's about making people realize that Forex is real. It's chasing away the doubts from the matrix that just matriculated. They must understand that when serious and taken professionally, Forex can be a career, and you can't do that by just one person speaking. You have to build an environment, a space that people feel safe in, and people feel they can grow and become better people in the space, and that's when it took off, man.
Yeah.
He had the same vision for the business.
Okay.
I had the same vision for my side and my brand and my community. So we that's how we actually came together.
Yeah.
And put it together, and then it's been great ever since, bro.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's beautiful. Many people want to be the exception but are afraid to be the exception. Do you think you're the exception?
Many people want to be the exception,
but are afraid
to be the exception.
Yeah, it's what I always say about, especially money. I'm like, I always tell people, you know what? A lot of people say, sit down. Like, yeah, no, I need money. I need to make money. I want to make money. Sharp. But I always ask the questions that are you willing to do what it takes to actually, because not many people are actually willing to put in the work.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm willing to accept. I don't think I look at life that deep and that thorough, bro. I don't think I think of such stuff of being exceptions and stuff.
Yeah.
I just wake up every day. I want to be happy. Bro, there's something really amazing about my character that I built myself within myself. You can't break my mood down. No matter what happens. Bro, even if something extremely bad happens right now, you're not taking away my smile. That's who I am. And that's something that you can't take away from. I don't care what happens. Like, I don't know. And this might sound like some quote, and I'm telling you, the worst thing can happen right now. Maybe they call, like, say my house is on fire. You're not taking down my smile. I'm going to drive from here. I'm going to go to the garage. I'm going to greet the guy at the station. Actually, I'm still up. I grand, man. Don't go for 45 clip. So smile. Because I've made it very important to myself that I only live once. I only have this moment that we have right now. And I'm going to spend my whole life, bro, making sure that everything that I do and touch, get exposed to, makes me happy. I'm not walking into spaces that are not going to allow me to express my happiness like that. I'm not going to be like you and I could never be friends if I start realizing that you're negativity. You're always looking at people and judging. So, and that is the oath I made to myself because of what this industry has done to me. So what I've done from 2020 coming up has really shaken the game. Has really shifted, has made me an enemy of most. You know, a lot of traders don't like me. I don't really care about traders that are already famous. I care about the people that want to change lives. So if, for example, you are a well-known trader with maybe 500,000 followers and you have a problem with me and green cars, I don't care about you. You don't even bring any sense of value into my life anyway. I care about the people that look up to me, people that when they see leadership, they feel like, okay, look, there's a chance of life. There's opportunity. So what you think about me, I always say this to my younger brother, Kelly, that I don't give half of anything, about what the next trader has to say about me. I don't really care. I'm not even invested. I don't even want to hear. I'm very concerned about what the people that look up to me, the people that one day want to change their lives have to say. That is what I want to narrate. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to be watched by, respectfully, to be watched by who? Cashflow, Jason Noah, Maps, Bandile, or King Kelly. I'm not here to be watched by the Royal Circle. I'm here because I want to share my story with the people that genuinely look up to me or the people that don't know me. If there's somebody who's going to watch this for the first time, they don't know me, this is who I am. And I want my story to touch them and inspire them and show them that you can actually do it. So I've never really given any thought. And I've built my character like that, bro. I'm unbreakable. Like, you can't make me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can get frustrated. I can get pissed off for a second, but you can't kill my mood. You can't. I remember one of the crazy breakups I once had. My ex was just screaming, and I'm like, sis, when you walk out, please shut the door, because you're not gonna kill my mood, and that's how I've learned to battle with a lot of stuff. Battled with depression privately, battled with a lot of stuff privately like that, and it's always worked for me. So yeah, man. I've lost track of what we're talking about, but yeah.
No, it's okay. Don't worry, I still got you.
Yeah. So yeah.
Forex and scamming are two words that have become like
In sync, bro.
Which is so frustrating. And I know over the years you've probably been called a scam.
Bro. 6 years, no classes, no signals, no lessons. Never. 6 years. Until today, but I understand it's the nature of it. It's not even about me, it's about Forex. When you hear Forex, scam is the next word. That's what people always think. But I always just laugh at it when I think of, because it's been 6 years, bro. This is my 6th year ever since I've sold a service. You know what I mean? And I thought actually letting the FSCA, realizing that the FSCA published that letter in 2021 instead of 2019 would better things for me. Would actually put people to realization that, okay, they have shared out the difference in public, so that's why the guy is relaxed. That's why he's very calm to himself. Because I haven't taught a single person since 2019 for a price. I've taught a lot of people since then, like a lot of people, but for free. But I've never provided a service. Which is I find really crazy that people still attach that to my name. But it's okay. It's normal. It's part of Forex, especially at my level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fundamentals, why such the shift into fundamentals? Because there's been like a shift in the industry where, yes, technical trader, we went from technical trader, now, news events are like...
a big thing.
Even you right now, you're sitting here like, guys, CPI.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think I'll blame COVID.
Okay.
So I said during COVID, I realized that I can make a lot of money slightly faster with news. I don't know actually, but I'm also shocked at myself. But I take news so serious now, which is something I remember. Anybody who's been to my classes, any of my paid classes before 2019 and going back, they will tell you that I actually never really he'd advise people not to trade the NFPs and stuff. But during COVID, I don't know, I became so glued the FOMCs and. I don't know. I think I'll tell you what. I think on my side, I started trading a lot of the reversals. Okay. A lot. And I discovered that reversals actually pay out, make you more money than trading the actual news. Like, take example, the previous NFP. You say gold shot down and it spiked down, right? But imagine if you took a buy right after the sell. You know, somebody who traded NFP with the sell, I didn't take the sell. If somebody sold, yeah, they made quick money, chat. But look at the reversal. That thing went on. It's still going up till today. I mean, I closed 22,000 profits on my way to you now. You know, so imagine if I took the buy right after NFP as a reversal, I would still be holding big profits all right now. So I started trading fundamentals like that, reversing with them. That's how I started trading. That's how I actually found them profitable. Then when I started making a lot of money from the reversals, I became a bit greedy now. I'll trade the actual news. And sometimes I'll make money, sometimes I'll lose money. But till today, I'm like, if we are together trading CPI, you'll see. It was after this interview. If we trade, you'll see how I traded. Right after the news, I jump in. And then I just make my money, you know. But yeah, sometimes today I'm not going to jump in with, I'm not going to trade CPI directly. I'm jumping in after the news because I made some bit of cash earlier this morning. So I just want the reversal. So I think that's actually motivated me, CPI. So whenever I would think CPI, it'll always be the reversal. And it got to me because that's what I taught people and a lot of my community. Because I think the people you're talking about, most of them are the people that I actually mentored and, you know, taught how to trade and exposed to certain skills in trading and stuff like that. Then a lot of the guys that I guided started anticipating the news a lot. But yeah, they mainly also just trade the reversals. But there's guys like Maps, Bandila, who trades the actual news, which I found for me a bit too risky to be consistent and rely on it. Like I can't make a financial plan or anything that needs finance around me trading NFP. I can't be like, no, I'm gonna trade NFP today, then go pay for my car installment. I could never work. Yeah, because NFP, anything can happen. But I can make a trading plan or a certain plan based on the pullback, you know, the retracements of it and stuff like, because it's full on technical, and that also accommodates my trading plan as well.
To some degree, are you saying that trading news might not be profitable, like the actual news event?
Yeah, no. I'll be honest. So, and this is just my opinion, I don't think a trader can make up a career out of just trading news. That's just my opinion. I've tried it. Maybe I did it wrong. I've tried it, but I don't think you can consistently be profitable from just trading news. You can make that quick money, but you cannot live off just trading news. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to meet somebody who's done it consistently before, in front of me, with me. I don't want theories and somebody like, no, me, I did. No, Chief, we're doing it now. Here's the news event.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's see. Because I can do my technical work. I can show you now that I can make 20,000 Rand while on this interview. I can catch an entry point right now while on this interview, you know? And that I can definitely do. So for as long as a fundamental trader cannot do that, they're not flexible. And so I'm not saying it's not profitable. It is profitable. But I don't think being an extremely 100% fundamental trader would be a good decision for a Forex trader, yeah.
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 The house.
The houses.
Oh, skis.
Yes.
The house.
You need to start properly, man.
Skis.
The houses.
Let's talk about those, man.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do you want to know?
The most recent one, actually. The 75K one. Is it the right?
Actually, 105.
105.
That's how much I was spending.
So
a month, yeah.
spending a month.
Yeah. 75K is the show. Obviously, it's what they show. Water, electricity. I was dropping so much cash there, but we'll speak about it. I'll wait for your question. Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask a thing just for clarification's sake? Because I think the industry kind of took it as, was there ever a point where you came out and you said you bought the house cash?
Not even. You know, I had this phone call with a hater that I brought into a realization of something really crazy about that. And this guy went from disliking me on the call, and I said to him, we're going to speak properly, we're going to respect each other, and I'm going to say this because I want to share a realistic thing with you. And after I spoke to him, this guy literally is like, yo, he apologized throughout the call. You know, but yeah, never in my life actually did I come out and say about the castle. You know, bought it as in like going on like, yo guys, I just spent 50 million on this house. No, the house is worth 14 million Rand. You know, I was in conversations with the owner, an amazing guy. His name is Funny. You know, and even the previous guy. So there was a guy that was a tenant in the house. He was a lawyer, a very successful lawyer. He was a tenant. He was not the owner. You know, And the house belongs to Fani. And I spoke to him and we spoke about me buying the house. And he said, look, the house is out for 14 million rand. And I said, okay, cool. I'd prefer to put like a couple of amounts of money up front as a deposit. And then we could do either a bond or we could work a certain agreement, you know. And the main reason of me leaving the house was actually very simple. It was very dumb, actually. Like, so if you've been exposed to like big houses, like a house that big, like, okay, let me just make an example with a normal house. Like a 5-bedroom house, you should spend about 3,500 on electricity and roughly about 2K on water. You understand? So I moved into the house. It was under certain renovations. I had a really good relationship with the owner. And we were speaking about that because I was considering getting that because that house has crazy big land at the back.
No, it's massive.
So I had a crazy vision for it, you know? And I wanted to do it. I was willing. I was even speaking to my accountant that we could draw up something, you know, maybe get a bond, getting onto my bond and then probably get it paid off in about 4 or 5 years. Something. And as I was in the house, it was fine at first. And I realized this is abnormal. So I was spending about 5K on electricity every 5 days.
What?
Yeah, but I was like, no, it's normal. So remember, I'm paying the rent. My rent was about 80K. Water was normal. I was paying about 2K. So the electricity was very weird. And I then I made a call to a couple of my rich friends. I'm like, yo, bro, how much are you spending on your house? Actually, my previous house also, not even my previous, my other house with me, the electricity was like 1.8. So I'm like, okay, I get this house is very huge. But what is extremely huge is just also the yard.
Yeah.
The yard doesn't use electricity. You know, the electricity is in the house. So I was spending a lot of money. And I remember I was speaking to my agent, bro. Wait, where's my phone? She has my phone. I'll actually show you this. I remember speaking to my agent and I was going back and forth with her. And I'm like, what is wrong with this? Why am I spending so much? Because I remember end of August. Is it end of August or end of July? Yeah, I spent 33,000 on electricity, excluding rent. So I'm thinking about 100 and something thousand worth of expenses just on the house. I mean, it's affordable. I can afford it, but it's just like, okay, what is going on here? Because the next month, then I thought maybe there was possibly Kelly left the underground heating on or something. Or like, I just thought the helper maybe was the neighbors. I started asking the estate what is going on. The second month came. I spent like another 28,000. This is when I now reach out to the owner. Remember, for these first 2 months, I'm thinking it's a normal thing. Maybe this house eats the power like this. Then I reach out to the owner. Then I asked him, I'm like, yo, man, but I'm spending about almost 30K on electricity in this house. What's going on with this house? And he says to me, no, that's not possible. How are you spending that much? No, that can't happen. I need them to assist you immediately. Calls in Eskom. Eskom comes down. They fix whatever was being fixed or whatever that was done. But there was some sort of weird things that were done on the bridging of the system. But at that time, I was really frustrated. And I told my agent, you know what, no, I can't do this. Terminate. Let's terminate my contract and tell the guy that he must forget about the offer to purchase. That we spoke about that at the end of this, you know, because I had signed a 24 months lease that somewhere in between the lease, we're going to conclude the bond because my accountant was already busy with the bank. It's just a matter of approving the application on the business because I was actually not doing it on my one of my business accounts, you know, because I've got a business that runs that does some stuff. I don't really post about it, you know, and I spoke to my agent. I'm like, yo, listen, no, I can't do this. I'm like, I give her a notice. I'm like, I want to be out. I've got a house. I'll go back to my house. And I've got a house and it's, you know, so it's fine. That was an emergency move. And she then speaks to the owner. The owner comes down on a Saturday of the following week, rushing, actually. He was overseas rushing because panicking that I'm leaving. And we had an amazing deal. Remember, I've called it off with the agent. And I've paid up until I should leave. You know, I've given them like a close about 500,000 rand or something. So I'm like, it's cool, you know? And then the owner comes, obviously he fixes the electricity thing. I then spend the next month living in the house, the next 2 months actually living in the house with no electricity. I mean, not with no electricity, without having to buy electricity because he fixed it. And I already spent about 90,000 rand on electricity in 3 months. You know what I'm saying? But I already put my notice and the agent is trying to convince me to stay. It's mid-November now. I'm already at my other house. I've got an apartment in Cape Town. I've got another house just out of town, you know, in the city, and I've got a house in Limpopo, you know. So I just went to my other house out of the city, And then I also flew to Cape Town here and there. So while we were talking, they're like, no, stay. Come on, we were in agreement, And you and I, and we had a really good deal with the guy. The guy's an amazing guy. Actually, I was planning to go into business with Funny. He's a very well-off guy. He owned a couple of houses in the estate, because that estate specifically only did minimum 1 acre per house. That guy owned a couple of those. And I was so disappointed with what happened, because I can't even go into business with. I don't think he'd look at me the same, because me buying his house or going into his house or just being a tenant there with the process about going to the process of buying the crib was my way also getting into his personal space or his business space, because I wanted opportunities, And this guy was very big. I'm talking about a guy that deals with billions, bro. Like runs, I wouldn't want to expose a lot, but you know what I mean? Like serious money. I mean, that house is worth 14 million rand. And it's one of the small ones that he's got. So I wanted to grow the relationship with him. So that also ruined the relationship that I was building with him, because I terminated the lease and I had to leave, and I was really upset. The agent tried to get me to stay, but I was really frustrated, and I already had made up my mind that I'm leaving. I can go back to my house and stuff. I don't want this house anymore. And that's how it happened, man.
Yeah.
It was never really a back and forth, a complicated thing. I don't know why this specific house is the topic, because I've lived in amazing houses before. I've lived in over 14 houses, bro. 14 houses, and out of the 14, only like 2 I've bought. One in Forex and one in Cape Town. And I was genuinely looking forward to buying the castle. It was a home loan that I was committed to actually paying off. I wanted to do, but that happened, and only to find out, imagine they had breached the electricity. Imagine rich people also breach, like the neighbor had breached. I don't know if it's the neighbor at the front. Bro, I was so shocked. Like the neighbor, like rich people, like I was so shocked, because they fixed it from the main box that was outside. And the ESCOM guy told me, was straight on. He was honest. The owner didn't tell me, and the agent didn't. The ESCOM guy, the guy who came to fix, told me straight on the spot. The electrician is like, one of the Mikeys, whether it be front opposite or the side one, was showering your electricity.
To come nice.
Yeah. Somehow. I'm like, how though? So much. Was it both? It's like, it seems like a couple of them were actually pulling, although they acknowledged to it, like they realized that you're actually a tenant and you're a kid. And they're residents and they live there, they're old people and stuff. So they did it deliberately. Like sucked off my house to actually, that was the way of trying to kick me out of the estate actually, because I lived a good life in that estate. But I threw parties every day. I had a club in the estate. I don't know if you've been to Zanzu. I had something like Zanzu in the house that I'd be grooving. There's a vibe going on 3 o'clock in the morning, popping champagne in the house. Another section of the house is extremely quiet. So you could throw a biggest party in the house and I'd be in the office working and I wouldn't hear you. So how huge it was. So the neighbors really hated me. They couldn't deal with it because they couldn't complain. I think that was their way of getting me out. And they did. But I'm also grateful for that. The only thing I do regret is not having a good relationship with Fanny. I think I stood a chance to grow, become a better man. We've had really good conversations, me and the guy. And he said some really crazy stuff to me that made me feel like I have not done anything in this life. And this guy drove like a Fortuner. A standard Toyota Fortuner. That's all he had. And on a bad day, you'd catch him pulling a trailer. So sometimes you would come do my garden. I would find him in my backyard, doing my garden. He's like, no, Ash, don't worry about me, man. I'm just here to put some fertilizer for you. He was so key. So we shared a lot of great conversations back and forth. His dad is the one that maintained my house, the castle. So I spoke to his dad a lot. And so I was very disappointed to see myself having to leave the house because of that whole electricity issue. But I had the fallout with my agent. And I also had a confrontation with him that it kind of put us off and made up our difference and stuff, So that's just that, man. There's nothing really serious. Just that obviously, man, we're the biggest. So it's a little small thing happens.
Any little thing.
Little thing. Little. People are watching me fart, bro. It's crazy. I can't even do things. Like the next thing is drinking water that's not unnamed. So I'm used to it, yeah.
Yeah. Let me just get through everything one time and then we'll finish off with
I'm here for that, man. We can speak about what else? Oh man.
The cause.
Which one?
No, not just that, but I think the one name that's been going around is before we even get to the cause, bro, the squad, what's happening there? Why are people leaving?
Which squad?
The inner circle, the Royal Inner Circle squad.
The Royal Circle.
But my last year that we saw was like this, bro. Come on, we can't. I think it's one thing that we can't shy away. Obviously, the industry is small. We all see what's happening, and it's a thing of like, is RCG closing down?
Bro, even in my next life, bro.
I had to throw that one in there.
I don't know who, and that looks like a chat GPT. Do you see the message? That whole paragraph looks like a chat GPT. Like the person going to chat GPT and is like, please write me a message for RCG. What? What? That doesn't exist, man. I can't even. I don't even. How do I respond to that? How can that happen?
Yeah.
At what cost, man? It's crazy. We're the biggest in the industry. We're the biggest in Africa. Nobody's gonna argue that, you know. And we have changed this Forex industry. We have made a great impact in the Forex industry. And it's not me being cocky. It's me being honest. It's me realizing that people are struggling to accept that. Even the people that it's even important, the people that are busy saying RCG is closing down, they're even asking for withdrawals. They are withdrawing by RCG. You understand? It's so crazy. I spoke to my account manager the other day, and he's like to me, you know, bro, between you and I, see that guy that just posted 1, 2, 3? This guy trades with us. Just like, hey, dog, you know what? It's cool. They say that. It's so people have misunderstood. They've complicated RCG market for the hate that they have for us. That they drag it into leadership this, leadership that, you know? Like, I don't get what a company has to do with me driving a green car. Me being, if I'm in Cape Town and I spend 100,000, then somebody posts next and says, RCG boys just loves wasting money. Can you leave RCG alone, bro? Just the leadership likes wasting money. You know, actually, why are you even involved? Why are you concerned? You know, but at the end of the day, I also understand that it's what we did. When I did this, when I planned this, and when we executed it, when I said I'm building a community, these are the backlashes that we would get. You know what I mean? So things like RCG closing down it's pure craziness. Like, you know, I can't even talk about that. That's why I think you saw that admin posted like a joke about it. You know, if you check out the RCG, one of the latest posts or something, the admin was even like some weird ass joke about it. So it's just, it's weird, bro. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, going back to the thing of like, the people who were there, quite the number of people who were there last year before, have kind of changed shops now over the past couple of months.
Okay, yeah. So to give you a transparent answer, so I built a community, and then in the community I built an inner circle that would have a significant influence on the entire community. Do you get what I'm saying? So I built a community. And I'm still building. I'm building a community like that with influential people in it that I pursued, I mentored and guided to help me guide even further people because I knew I can't do it myself on my own. And these individuals within the inner circle will always grow. I knew that at a certain point, they have to step away. At a certain point, Maps will stop sleeping on, won't be camping with Bandile anymore. He'll get his own house, get his own car, have his own responsibilities, and make his own decisions. He will be mentored enough by myself that he can make his own decisions then. I'm not going to fight him for that, you know? But the circle I built, I didn't build it where people strictly trading with RCG. It's a circle of royalty, a circle that is loyal. I remember when I was sharing the vision and the rules to them, and I said, we are coming together as individuals who are going to be loyal to our future, to our plan, to what we want to do. Whatever you have in mind, you're trading on it. What do you want? What do you want? You want a car? You want a house? You're gonna be loyal to that dream. And if we influence each other right, we do it together, we can actually do it, which is what we are doing, which is what we have done. So when it got to a point where people had their differences, after succeeding and doing well for themselves, I was happy to see Bandile stretch his wings. Because at least he's doing it with money. He's doing it with a car, with a house, and a place to stay. I was happy to see Lincoln stretches. I was very happy. There's nothing more pleasing than that, to see somebody stepping out of your shadow in the right way. You wouldn't want to leave my shadow broke when you came in broke. You know, these people came into my life with no place to stay. They left. So then they went to explore other opportunities with a car to drive, a house to live in, with a better environment, you know. And they've never, and to answer you, I would never say they left the community or they left the circle, because they might not, these people are still close friends. I'll be honest with you. You know, off the media. Yeah, just yesterday they were chilling. You know, they come see me very often a lot. So maybe because I advise them, I give them a brand advice, and I say, look, you see, you have curved this way now. You've taken this opportunity. Note that you cannot be seen with 1, 2, and 3. This is my advice to you as a mentor for your brand. That it's going to tarnish you. It'll make you look like you don't know where you stand. So protect your brand. You must do 1, 2, 3. Do, you know, those kind of stuff. So are you really fighting? I'd ask direct questions. I'm like, are you really fighting with this guy? I remember when I was having an altercation with a back and forth with Bandile. And I was genuinely just trying to advise him on the decision he was about to make. And he felt like I was holding him back. And I said to him, whether or not you make this decision, I will not change my mind about how I feel about it. And you're gonna come back one day and say to me, you said it. If you don't say it, I'll still consider your return or your genuine gestures if you come back as your way of apologizing. If you never have the confidence or but you coming back to me one day would be a way of your apology that you should have listened or you should have whatever, you know. So no, I don't think from the position I'm in, I don't think the circle has fallen apart. From a public point, maybe. You know, one probably relocated, one did this, one unwrapped their car, one sold their car, one doesn't like grooving a lot. So people are making all these judgments based on the growth they're witnessing. So you can't say that leadership is no more chilling with the boys anymore because I'm in a different phase of my life, where that if maybe the boys invite me out to a club and I made a commitment with my personal self that I don't want to go to the club anymore. I told the boys, hey, chance, have fun, but I don't want to do clubs anymore. Then tomorrow when there's a video circulating in the club and leadership is not there, the narrative is leadership has cut off mama. You understand what I'm saying? I can't even live my personal life because there's a whole perception of how I'm supposed to live or people are supposed to live. So, but that I expected. So I never really, everything that is going on, I've always anticipated everything, you know, and I'd never do things to please other people. So I wouldn't fly to Cape Town now tomorrow because the Royal Circle is in Cape Town. You know, maybe 4 or 5 guys are in Cape Town tomorrow. Now I must go up to Cape Town to prove to Nqobile as one of my followers that we are good. I'm good with my friends. Where I've got a child and a family, you know what I mean? Things to get done and businesses to run. So it's those kind of stuff that people really need to realize that there's life, there's more to life after we put the cameras down. And after they watch us, that there's families that we look after. You know, there's a life that I'm a different man at home.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a very good dad. I'm a very good brother. You know, I'm a focused individual. I've got other businesses that I'm busy with as well outside of Forex. With my brother, I even sell shoes right now as you speak. You know, and stuff like that. I sell flowers as well. You know, so there's a lot of stuff that I do. You know. A lot. Even in this industry, man, a lot of the robots that you see in the industry that are moving all over the industry are created by one of my companies, you know. So I'm a big host of those. And I do a lot, bro, in my personal time. So people just think like it's the end. There's only so much that you can expose people to, and there's only so much that I pick to. You know, I would never expose the media to what I don't think I can handle tomorrow.
Yeah.
So everything that everyone knows about me now is pretty much things that I'm clickbait, you know? Yeah. So when I see them doing that, is leadership broke? I just gave you that information. You know, that guy, that friend or YouTube friend of mine that I once met at FMAS last year, I saw he put up a video, is leadership broke? I'm like, I just gave you that information, you know? And stuff like that. So I understand that. Look, bro, I've mastered this industry now. From the trading side to the mentorship side to the broker side to the affiliate, influential. I know how people think. I know what they want to see next. I could demonstrate how to trigger a hater after this interview, and I can show you I can have something. I can make something about myself trend within a day. Just deliberately just trigger a hater. Simple. You know, all I have to do is it's very easy. It's very easy. Sometimes the easiest ones I can do is just go into MetaTrader, generate a demo account by RCG, and then act like it's a mistake to slide. Then they see the demo, I go back, and I post it.
Let's go to the test accounts.
Yes.
Leadership trades test accounts.
Bro. bro, industry. There's people in the industry really underestimate us, and I think it's these desperate brokers that are messing up the industry for us. It's these desperate brokers that are affiliating themselves with traders that don't even have money to trade, that can't trade, so they are forced to make such decisions. Because, bro, I've got money. I've got money to fund an account. Even if I was not willing to draw on the account, I think nothing stops me from. Where is Shakes? God, okay, I'll show you my phone.
He's still downstairs. He hasn't come up yet.
Nothing stops me from just putting 10,000 rand and trading it and sharing it, or funding 100,000, trading it and sharing it. But it's the brokers that came out desperate, extremely desperate, and affiliating with IBs or traders or introducing brokers that are also desperate, and the people. If one thing I always tell my circle, that the community is like, you must trade, or you must trade. You understand? There's nobody at RCG who can ever tell you about test accounts. Nobody there. That's not even a conversation we had, because I wouldn't be honest with myself and with them. Remember, my vision for my community is the success within the circle. Their success is my success for my vision for them. Understand? Their success, seeing them successful, I definitely, my company, Leadership 101, succeeds. Because that is I help them set up their logos, create their account, everything. You understand? So my vision succeeds. My plan is actually getting accumulated. So I would never mislead, especially the young ones, especially the people coming in. I remember when Maps started, and Maps knew how to trade, and he didn't have enough money to fund. And I said, "Dog, make your he used to do a couple of gigs with YouTube, and he would get," and I told him trade. He used to trade with a different broker at the time. I think it was Trade 245, I'm not too sure. And then, I was, actually when I met him, I was still with them, as I was also trading with them. And I told him, boy, trade. Those things, they didn't even exist at the time. So, because it has to be transparent, it has to be real. And if you go check out Kelly's latest, was it a reel or a story? He's currently trading like a very small account. Because you have to do it like that. You know what I mean? That's one thing I've never ever advised. But the problem comes in between two entities, an individual that partners up with the company, and they're both desperate. That's what happens. Because that proposal can't be made by... Can it be made by the trader? I don't think it can be made by the trader. It can be made by the account manager. And that is a sign of being desperate. And to what extent? And how much, what is involved? What are the gains for the individual? Also, it goes back to the intelligence. What I was lured into in 2019 when I didn't know information. These boys don't know anything. They don't know much information about Forex. They just know trading, selling, signals and classes. They don't know nothing. They're not educated about this industry. They don't know the back and forth and the reality of what is going on all ends of this industry. They're not trying to even learn that. All they want to do is trade, teach people, make money on both sides of that business, affiliate themselves, and then pop champagnes, BBs with girls, and done. Drive a Golf 7. 90% of the people that are coming into the industry or are currently in the industry, they don't want to educate themselves. They don't want to grow. They don't see themselves becoming a certain prominent, powerful name or of the business. Like, there's no... People like myself and Glizzy are very rare. Very rare. Because even the ones that even establish their own brokers, and that's why I don't have a broker of my own. Even the ones that even establish their own brokers in the industry, just also are ambitious. They dream way too big. They just think like, because I have followers, and then I open a broker, people will just come, hey, click. Hey, I'm gonna trade with you.
It's not like that.
It's not like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have that. Do you think I can't? You know very well that if I really made the means, I would open a broker of my own. Why have I not had the conversation? Back then, I've thought of it, but that's not what I want. I don't want that. That is a space for its people, and my amazing friend Utlizi does it very well.
Yeah.
He does it exceptionally well, and I do what I do exceptionally well. I'm an amazing trader, bro. I'm an amazing mentor. I'm good at what I do, and I love focusing on that. And outside of that, I like to focus on my other businesses that I'm involved in. I'm not stuck and chained to Forex. That outside of Forex I can't do anything else. I'm not stuck in the stigma of trader trader, sell signals, buy what, then sell mentorship and sell a robot, then sell a system, and then owner of broker. No, I'm not starting in that. My life is not a Forex cycle, you know?
Do you think to some degree you moved to the as I've learned right now, you call it the castle?
Yeah.
Was the timing of it was not the right time for it? Because I think the public perception is that you moved to this house right now, this big, unbelievably, like, you know, thing of dreams, and then now when you move away from that,
it's like
leadership broke.
bro, how am I broke? I just came from paying 100,000 of rent a month, bro.
Maybe mali pelile.
From 100,000 to zero. You know what I mean? So imagine, you know, I always say, Rama said I had a call with a hater who I'm turned into a lover immediately. I said to him, in your right mind, let's say you hate me with every single gut you have. In your right mind, do you honestly believe that I went one morning and I had money, paid my last 100K rent, and then the next morning I was in a bachelor in Bram, homeless and don't have nothing, no car, no underwear, no family, no assistant, bro. Right now, I've got a team of 7 people, regardless of the car. Let's just exclude the castle, exclude my cars. I've got over like 7-8 families that rely on me to live every month. When they hear I'm broke, then they receive their salaries month end. Where are we? You got what I'm saying? So it's such stuff that for me it comes as a shock. I remember Lizzie calls me and he's like, "Hey, boy, you broke." And I'm like, "Damn, bro. Hey, sometimes the things I hear about myself on the internet are really crazy." But I guess it's the interesting part. I mean, people said Casper didn't own the McLaren. People say Casper New West doesn't own the house. People said Kanye West and Yeezy, Adidas. So I guess it's part of part of the limelight. It's part of being the biggest. It's part of following your dreams. You're gonna be called names, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy. I'm waiting for another video to go up. They must talk about something, you know. Like it just gives me more purpose. But broke is the furthest thing I've been broke before twice, when I first started my life and 2020. But right now, the broke is the furthest thing I'll ever be at, bro. They can call me anything. Maybe they can say, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Call me anything. But yeah, broke is the furthest thing right now. A lot has to happen, really. A lot has to happen for me to go. A lot, and I mean a lot. Like a lot has to happen, bro. I mean, respectfully, I don't even think there's anybody in the industry right now who can financially stand with me. You know, respectfully. Whether it be wherever that all the guys that have been on this platform. And they know that very well, you know, from the guys I found in the industry, you know. I don't think that, respectfully so, without sounding like I'm disrespecting anybody. And this is me just being honest, you know. And those are things I normally just say off cam, and my team knows this, you know. There isn't anybody who can, and they know it very well, and that's why they envy me in private. You know what I mean? That's why they envy, bro. Nobody likes me in this industry now. It's limited people. Even traders can't stand me. I should do a day in the life with you, and what we will do, we'll visit about 4 or 5, a couple of traders in silent. Okay, now that we're saying it in public, I don't know, they'll anticipate it, you know. But you'd see the energy when I step in the room, dog. It's different. Now walk in there, people feel intimidated. People feel it's like my journey and my current success in this industry, I owe it to them. But they say it's the same people I went to when I first started the movement. I didn't just go looking out for young boys. The vision actually was based around big traders. I approached them. Most of the guys who've been on this platform actually were supposed to be part of my movement. It was supposed to be most of the guys who've been on the platform. Most. You know? And it's only guys like Isaac who are not jealous of me. See, Isaac, the one few guy, definitely not jealous. Guys like Jason who are not definitely not envying me. We've never had a squirrel, me and Jason, you know. But most of these boys, they envy me. But I see it. But when we're together, we laugh. They even call me sometimes. That's why they're always the first ones to find out my stuff. If whether my V-Class is sold, whether the R8 is crashed, where's the Range Rover, where's the... They're the first ones to find out. They're the ones that actually circulate it, because they can't wait to hear the day. Like, but unfortunately, and they know very well, because they know my foundation, how strong it is. And they know very well that they can say anything, but not leadership broke.
Have you ever clarified what happened to the R8? On a public space.
Oh no, it was on the media. So it was. I posted about it. I almost died that night. It was the night of the FMS.
Yeah, I remember. That was crazy because it was just like, bro, we literally just saw.
But dog, if I tell you an amazing story about that night of the FMS, that God works in mysterious ways. I was never going to the FMS because why? I hate spaces that are full of traders, like these traders, because me personally, they don't accept me. I feel the energy, like you can feel somebody. So I don't like because I'm a threat to them. Like they feel intimidated, So I wasn't going to the FMS at all. And one of my close friends calls me, and it says, "Let's go to the FMS." I'm like, "Nah, dog. When I have a problem there, I can't deal with space of weird energies and envy. I like pure, bro. I wish I could give you a moment in the circle that I've built." Pure, but you can feel love flowing through the room. Do you know what I mean? So I went to the FMS and people really envied me, bro. But it's fine. I'm not trying to make this about myself.
Actually,
or make myself.
I didn't bump into you. Wait,
exactly, because I had to get. So I got my security. I would get up. I had my bodyguard there so that I'm safe.
Okay.
And my bodyguard. I called out the whole gang. I'm like, "Yo, gents, FMS, let's shut it down." Call the whole team, everybody. The entire circle, top 1%. We call it the top. It's the top 1%. Called top 1% consists of 35 people.
Okay.
And almost 63 vehicles, excluding mine.
Are they rented?
Bro, even if the boys are renting those cars,
they
must be making a shitload of money then.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I get you.
Do you know? But I'll get back to that part. Yeah. But even if they were, I'm just like, then it's a hell of a rich circle. It's giving Little Baby and Drake,
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did a crazy convoy. We met up team building. We met up at Double Shell, Midrand, team build. We prayed up. We always prayed. And we got together. We did the convoy. My security guided us. We went straight into FMS. We shut it down. We appeared there. We did a park off. And there was so much jealousy that day. Bro. We had just arrived. I remember, I won't mention this guy's name. We just arrived and we're parking the cars. Of course it's going to be. It's RCG.
It's a movie.
Understand? So the whole building comes down.
I actually heard, because I don't know where I was, but I remember somebody saying that,
they arrived.
It's about Figi.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, and let's not phone what does it give people peace? Let's find out what name I enjoy. Yeah, but believe it without us.
Yeah.
So Ferry, we arrived, bro. So as soon as we arrive, I'm leading the convoy, and my bodyguard is sitting right next to me, and the security car is right next to me. So I tell him, dog, my top is off, so you need to be eyes out. I don't want to die here, and I know it's possible. It's big brokers are here, big CEOs are here, big traders are here. So the egos and pride, they're above the roof. You can imagine, So I had to get there, bro, jump out. And me being as dramatic as I am, I jump out the roof, rev the cars. The boys are revving the cars. Can you believe people who are in the building, who arrived 3 hours, 4 hours before, came downstairs to rev their cars? And I'm like, Chief, are you under pressure? We just arrived. So we are within our rights to rev the car. You just arrived, bro. Let's say you had a Golf 7. It's just arrived. And also parking motor. 3 hours later, because I have arrived, you're going to come rev your car because I've parked next to you. And I'm just like, damn it, bro. I'm sorry if I offended you. But you could have been a part of us. That's how it has to be. That's how I felt. And I walked in there, when the whole team walks out, the boys got mommies. It's up on flick. The drip is online. There's bodyguards. We've parked about 38 cars outside the FMS. We plugged the entire road. The other robot people can't even pass. It's just cars. This is success that had happened over the space of 2.5 years. That day I didn't want to go there, but I was proud to be there. I was like, okay, cool. The boys obviously, they love pressing. So the boys everybody else, they love pressing people who don't like, especially in the space we're not wanted.
Yeah.
They want to be there. They want to be, especially, I remember most of the time if we were in the club and we're in a place where we can tell the people are acting weird, that's where they would act up, like, gents, okay, cool, how much are we dropping? And then maybe we'll be like, hey, guys, I can drop 40,000. I'm like, gents, I'll give you guys like another 40. The guys will put together a young 300K, literally. from each one, like, oh, let's go off, till you piss off the next person. So it's like, so they hate it till we make you female. You know, as a cons and face, I know. And and I've had that experience many times. I've had people, I walked into a room, somebody's like this, and I walked in. When I walk out with them. We're busy hugging each other even. Like, dog, I'll see you next time. Give me your number. I'm like, excuse me, boss,
Yeah.
So that's what happened there. The FMS, yeah, we arrived, bro. Somebody tampered with my car that day, bro. I don't want to say this. I didn't want to ever say it in my life, but somebody tampered with my car that day. I was confident as I am. I left my car open, the roof off. I didn't close the roof. I closed it like a bit later on when it was getting dark. But somebody tampered with my car, my R8. They wanted to kill me. It's crazy. They loosened my wheels. Loosened my back right and left wheel. Bro, it's crazy.
No, that is crazy.
I don't think anybody in this industry has ever received the amount of backlash I've received. But also, nobody's ever done the things I've done in this industry. I mean, even my current house, nobody in this industry lives in half the size of this current house. Let's not talk about the castle. The castle is crazy. That one accommodates, I could have the whole of Forex living in there.
But see, the whole gang was living there.
Imagine. The whole gang has got, Max got his own house, Lincoln has got his own house. Everybody's got their own house. How does that work? I lived there with my grandmother. When my grandmother was going through eye operations.
Yeah.
All her eye operations, kidney problems.
Okay.
And she was living in that house.
Is she well now?
Yeah, 100%. She's actually there,
That's beautiful.
Now she's 100%, sees again. Yeah, 100%.
No, that is beautiful.
You know, so she was in there. That could never, I don't, so going back to what I said earlier, I don't promote lies on the inner circle. I would never condone you to lie to yourself. Understand what I'm saying? Because I want success for you first before anything we're trying to create. I don't know if that makes sense. And the guys know that. Some of them, the reason they left is because of that. I stand against such stuff. I said, don't not do that. That's misleading. You're going to do it at the right time. You know? I remember having a conversation with Lincoln way back, and Lincoln had bought he bought the Golf 7 from just drop shipping. And he came into Forex trading already with the Golf 7, you know? And I said to him, you better make it very clear that you got this Golf 7 from drop shipping. It must never look like Leadership mentored you, the next thing you bought a Golf 7. We're not trying to, I'm trying to be honest with you here. You know, and now you got the house from trading and the combination of, you know, I'm the one that influenced him to actually say, look, boys, you had a class with Bandile, start trading, take it more serious and stuff like that. But misleading people is, or us not even misleading people, us not being honest with ourselves, because this thing that starts inside. Us not being honest with ourselves is one thing I've never condoned to anybody I've mentored. And that will tell you.
Okay, now your statement of fake it till you make it right now, the way you see it, I think I understand where you're coming from with it, and then now you're saying we need to be honest with ourselves. Where do they kind of...
Exactly. So, bro, I'll make a simple example of anybody else who runs an amazing, and listen, this is an amazing example. You and I will, you know, so who runs an amazing, let's say, company from his home, who runs an amazing company from his home. And every single day, that home is diverted. There's a point in his life every single day that he makes that lounge an office, and later in the day, there's a lounge for the kids to watch TV. You understand? But in the day when he's working with his clients, he's in the office. And that's what I'm saying. He's working from, so he's not faking to be in an office. He's using what he has to the best of his ability. Do you get what I'm saying? So are you gonna, I mean, and I want to break this down very thoroughly, understand? So there's somebody like that who can't afford an office, but who uses his home as his home office, and later on in the day, it is his home with kids, I actually chill, they don't even see the couches and stuff like that. There's somebody like that now considered fake it till you make it, because when he's running his business, it's like, no, everything's in the office. I've got everything in, you know what I mean? But because he has to run his entire business from what he's got, from the little that he's got, up until he gets the actual warehouse or whatever the case may be. If you are selling shoes, you stock them out in your spare room. And I said, that is the storage. It's in the storage. So somebody asked me if I'm running a shoe business, they said, where's your storage? I'm like, no, in my house. I've got a storage. But in actual, that is a guest room. You know what I'm saying? Because an actual storage is a warehouse down in Edenvale or in Sandton that you have to pay 100,000 a month. But it's not. But is he not being honest? Is that entrepreneur not being honest with himself? Are they misleading themselves? Are they faking it till you make it? That is where my understanding of it comes in. I cannot allow you to downplay yourself because you don't have R1 million. Understand what I'm saying? But also, I will not mislead you. So when I say fake it till you make it, I'm not saying you have 20,000, go buy Gucci, and then walk like you have R1 million. No. I'm saying somebody who in position of 20,000 rand should think like a millionaire, so they're able to use their money wisely. You know, if you give any random kid or any random trader who's coming up who's never been advised right, give them 100,000, they'll blow it overnight. Give a million 100,000, give a millionaire 100,000, they won't blow it overnight. Understand? So just having the mindset is what has grown me a lot over the years. Even now, bro, I'm not worth a lot. I'm not worth much, actually, you know. But the way I work, my life plan, the structures that I've set for myself are worth millions and millions of money. You understand? And that is the concept. So I'm using the fake it till you make it statement because it's very famous. It's very famous and it's easily understandable. So, and the direct meaning I know in society, I've read about it, it's about, it's more like you live in a back room, or you live in a back room but go cover and stuff like that, or you're always pulling up with the Go 7 to your friends, but you know you don't even have a place to stay. That's not the concept I'm focusing on. You know, it's about being honest with yourself, because you're only who you are every single chance you get to live. You get what I'm saying? So whether what you've done yesterday has nothing to do with what you have to do today. In terms of you're only who you are. I'm only who I am right now, and if this ends, then it's the end of the story. There's nothing much I can do. So I'm gonna make sure that I do my best now. Do you get what I'm saying? Does it make sense?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna come here and looking like some guy who just blew an account yesterday. Yeah, fresh. Chinese caller. Call a name of 7,000. Relax. Get in my car and come here. You know, I would never. And that's always worked for me. People have killed their dreams way before they even died because of they have an apartment and he doesn't have a couch, or there's a TV. Uber depressed because he's sitting on a bucket watching TV in his own apartment and people think he has money. People get depressed. And I'm thinking, what depressed are you? You've got a roof over your head, you've got a TV. You understand? You've got a room, you've got a bed. What is so much to die about? Like with me, I always look at it like that. I'm saying, I'm the best punching bag for the industry right now, especially for the trueless, you know? Because I'm one guy who's I love exploring. I'm very excessive. Like I do what I do when I want to do it, and I get it done. You know, they can speak about leadership out of the leadership. I'm saying, okay, fine. Let me give you the satisfaction and allow you to speak about it. But who has done close to me in this industry? Because nobody. We can look at the stats. It's there, bro. I don't think you can name a popular mentor off the top of your head now who's put on at least 5 people who are successful in the industry right now. Even the ones that have been here before. Like, randomly, bro. You can try. Even Isaac. Name somebody, Isaac, that you know that Isaac has, you know. Isaac is my friend, so I'd rather just use him because him and I will just speak. You know, so I spent hours, bro, days, months, committing my entire life to establishing brands, traders, individuals who are confident. I made maps, he couldn't even say a single word in front of people. This boy now speaks, so he's a motivational now. Kelly, I taught my brother how to speak English. He didn't learn it in school. Wafundisa him is slow. I committed. So that's what I'm saying. This industry, I'm the best punching bag, but name half the people. Before you start shaming on leadership, this. Can we actually speak about anybody who's done half the things this guy has done? Half. Let's not talk about cars or positions or whatever or money. Let's just say traders who's taught traders and public. I'm not even talking about the private guys I've taught, the people that I've taught how to trade and make money privately. But even publicly, everybody roaming is out of leadership's hands. 80% of the industry, they've had the influence there, you know. But nobody's gonna say it. They're scared. They feel like, you know, anybody like mention. I mean, I'll allow you to mention a name. Because I don't want to fight with anybody. I would like to mention a name. You know? It would be cool for you to mention a name and say, look, this guy did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He put it, this guy, ganja. And I'd ask you a simple question. I said, to what extent?
My day of reckoning will come. I'll mention those
You understand?
names.
Because I made a simple example for you. I say, I would help. I mentor you when you start making the money and start making even your character, bro. When I start realizing that no, when I deal with your character first. I told you, notice you must start reading books. You know, I'm not close with Bandila right now as we speak, but I advised him recently and I said, listen, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to deal with your character as an issue. Understand? You're grown now. You're an individual who knows what to do. I'm no longer your mentor like that. You are no longer somebody who's I'm responsible for. I've given you all the accolades and most of you chose to ignore some you've used. Please go back to the drawing board. I've given you all the tools, boy. Apply it. You still got time. You have an amazing brand. You're an amazing trader, and you're a good person in general. You're letting small stuff mess you over. You can actually, you can improve and become a better person. I had this call with him, and I said, I hope that we don't have to ever have this call again. But in any near future, if ever we meet, I hope you get to a better place. And if things don't ever get good for you, I guess that is that would be the bed that you've made for yourself, you know, and stuff like that, bro. I mentored. I'm saying to you, I don't think there's anybody in this industry who's mentored people the way I have. Not a big number of people. There's people who've mentored a big number, and there's people who've guided people. If I were to put Silo, put him here, and he'd give you the journey him and I had of guidance and mentorship, you'd understand what I mean. I go thorough, bro. Deep to understand. You want to get a new place? Okay, where is it? Why that environment? How much are you paying? How are you making this money? Okay, if you're paying 15,000 rent, are you making more than at least 115,000? Because you must make about 5 times of your initial rent to actually live in a house. No, I'm doing 4 times. Wherever you are at, pay that 5,000 rent. Understand? That's guiding individuals, creating financial monsters, people who are raw entrepreneurs. When they're in position of money, they just want to multiply it, you know? So nobody has done that, man. So I think people should, I don't want to be praised though, so don't get me wrong when I say that before people judge me, or before people say anything about me, they must first consider who's done half what I've done. That's not me asking for applause. I don't need people to clap for me or be recognized for anything. I know my work, and I know myself. I know what I've done. I know what I'm doing. I don't need applause. I don't need anybody to reassure me that I'm there. What? You know, I know exactly where my position is in this industry, and I know where it ranges from. You know, and that's very important for one to acknowledge that, because if not, you'll keep requesting people to, you know, to applaud you, to acknowledge you. The only thing I'm saying, at least the least I can do on Haiti, just add there. Yeah, leadership is broke, but this guy is still living. You know? So yeah, man. Continue.
Nah, man, beautiful stuff. No,
Yeah.
Ashirus.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Where does the name Leadership come from?
Leadership, a friend of mine who actually lived around your area.
Oh, yeah?
Austin Mutapo, on Skim Sam Noah, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he used to always come. So we met actually, amazing. It's a crazy story. So we met on a pet drive. I was going to donate to a school in 2019. I was going to donate to a school called, I forgot it. It was in Soweto. And I have a friend, his name is Vusi. I went to school with at Roosevelt. He's an actor on Skim Sam, you know. Clement, I think. Clement. He's my friend from high school.
I see him.
So I'm like, attack. TV. So he comes with Austin. And me and Austin actually met there and became close. And then whenever we get close, he always call me, hey, leadership. Hey, my leadership. So every time, like, hey, leadership. So I asked him, bro, why do you keep calling me that? He's like, you're a leader. And I was like, oh, okay, leadership.
Okay.
And it's been that. Yeah, that's how it's like he explains it better though, because he kind of shares on how what he saw, and I don't know what he saw, but yeah.
So you just took it from there and ran with it.
Yeah, I took it from there, and he actually changed my handle himself. Instagram. He's like, Monhla Leadership Monhla. Yeah, Monhla Leadership Monhla. And then I put it there. And I didn't like it. It was weird. It sounded like I was trying to make myself like a corporate person. Yeah. But leadership, and then people
because you're known as leadership more than Ashirus.
Yeah.
Well, when I heard about you back in the day, we knew you as Ashirus.
Ashirus,
Next thing, there's a leadership. Who's this leadership guy?
No, definitely.
All right, one more. Just for vibes. Are the cars rented?
No, man. Come on, guys. Okay, we can close this with this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, not close. That's really up to you. Renting, right? Let's just talk about the term renting. So
Okay.
renting a car. So, what are we trying to legitimize here? What are we trying to understand? Are we trying to understand the fact that these people don't have money, so they are renting cars, or they don't have cars? Or, like, I'm always trying to understand when people say that leadership is renting cars. What is the narrative? Are you trying to understand the fact? Are you trying to understand the fact that's why I don't have money, that's why I'm renting, or I'm renting because I don't have money? You get what I'm saying? Because either or, so buying a car and renting a vehicle, one to the other would need you to have the same amount of money. So if not more. So I'll make an example. So renting my M4. Let's say my M4 was rented, right? So if you check on the basic renting stuff, you're looking at about, even with a good deal with with Avis or whatever, renting whatever people, you're looking at about at least one. I don't know if you know the person is your friend, or I don't know.
Yeah.
You're looking at about at least like 1.5, 1K, which is near impossible. Go check on Avis how much it is to rent an M4. You're looking at about 13,000-14,000 rand a day. So I'm trying to make a realistic example, and I say, let's just say I was renting the M4 every day for 1,000 rand, which does not exist anyway. Because even I was in Cape Town, I rented a Polo Vivo from Avis, and I was paying 1.5. Understand? For Polo Vivo, manual 1.5. So let's just make a delusional example. Like, let's say renting an M4 was 1K a day, 30 days in a month. That is 30,000 rand a day, right? An M4. I've got a 335 that I've built to a full on M3. Let's say that one, since it's less than an M4, is 700 a day. So we're looking at about, so does that even make like realistic sense that I wake up every single day spending about 30,000 rand on an M4 with a rental? And this example I've just made is unrealistic, because an M4, you're looking at about plus minus 11,000 rand a day of rental with a deposit.
A hot deposit.
A serious deposit.
A hot one.
A hot deposit, a rental. And you can't, we wrap rentals. The cars are fully wrapped. I do exhaust pipes, I work on the engines. My Range Rover right now, it blew, I put on tuned it like crazy, and then it blew my top. So the top it's gone in for some repairs, and actually I have to get a new engine.
So is it coming back?
Oh, this thing is gone.
Oh, chief. Preparing for this interview, I saw a lot. I was just like, what?
No, my Range Rover is in, man. For what it's worth, I don't know if I'm sharing it, but I'm sharing it with you because, I'm comfortable now. My Range Rover is in. I blew the top, man.
Oh, yeah?
I blew the top. I did some crazy work on that, on the engine, and then... And I blew the top. It went in. The guy picked it up. I think they saw it on a truck, actually, on a flatback.
Oh, was it?
That's how
Really?
that's how people know that is.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they saw it on a flatback or something.
Yeah.
It's just we just ordered the engine. So that's a Luma, by the way, an autobiography. So I decided to get a bit of a more of a 2019 engine. So we placed the order. It was an arm and a leg. It's just close to about 500,000 rand for the engine, just above 500,000, like 5 something for the new engine. So we placed on. It should arrive. Like, it was obviously festives and stuff, so it should be around sometime end of this month. Should arrive. You guys are gonna start with the work next month, and then hopefully it'll be back. I wanna change it to green though, because it's gold.
Oh yeah.
And then what else? Yeah, man, the cost thing. Like, no. The rental thing is delusional thing, bro.
Okay.
It's what people that fail to work on themselves and achieve for themselves, and people that when they realize they can't do it, they run to that, bro. Which for me, with my level of intelligence, why the hell would I go and rent 13 cars? If it was possible, it's not possible. It's genuinely not possible. But let's just say if it was, but for what purpose? And how much am I be making? Because, bro, you understand, to have all the cars that I have, I need to make at least 3 times, 4 times more money than I'm making now to actually afford them if I was renting them. Because mathematically, if you, let's just, like I say, make a simple example, 5K a day for an M4 times 30 days. How much is that? Bro, how much money do I have, man? Come on, let's be realistic. I know. Do I have that lot of money that rent, like, because... Yo, that's crazy. I can't even do the math. I don't know if somebody could do the math there, But let's try it. We can try with like 3 cars. So let's say M4 was paid, let's say it was like 5K a day. times 30 days.
150.
150,000
To
a
drive.
month.
And imagine an M4, the selling
That's
price.
an installment of a Lamborghini.
Literally.
That's an installment of a Lamborghini. So I can easily just go by, just gave me an idea. That's how it thinks. So people just don't realize that them saying that we rent cars just makes it, you're just saying that we are richer than we are. And me, guys, I don't, no. If you think, no, I don't have the money to rent a M4 every fucking day. No, I don't. You know? I don't. So unfortunately, man, but I also know they're not saying it from a point of you don't have money. It's just a point of an envy and jealousy. And it's, like I said, I had a call with somebody the other day. And I felt myself extract umona out of umuntu. Do you get what I'm saying? I felt myself, this guy, when I answered the call, you know how he was talking to me? Leadership, when are you full of games? Leadership, you're full of games. I'm like, Chief. And I just answered, I'm like, Chief, listen, I've made time to speak to you. Let's respect each other. And because what you're doing makes me really sad. And you know why I actually made the call? The guy was in one of my classes. He came to a class of mine that I did last year in nail sprayed. And I realized that he's a hater now. And I'm like, no, this one needs healing. Let me give him a call. I would have never given him a call if I was a random person. I gave him a call and I spoke to him. And he would probably come and watch this video. His name is Sanel, actually. I wouldn't even hide Sanel. He had actually changed his profile picture to that idiot Trula guy on Instagram. So they had the same matching. I wouldn't want to say the name because I'm giving him the fame that he wants, you know? He had changed his profile picture to that. And I had a call with Sanel. I'm like, Sanel, are you okay in the brain? He's like, Leadership, where's your fridge? I'm like, you know what example I made to him? I said, are you okay? Does it make logical sense to you that somebody of my caliber, with what I have, and the damn rumors that you've heard about me, I'm speaking to you right now. I'm watching a plasma screen, a basic plasma screen. You're asking me about whether I have a fridge. Are you stupid? Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, you need to. So I'm like to him, if you've dedicated your life to hate, you need to work on concrete information. Don't, because you are making it very obvious that you know more. Yeah, bro? That it's envy. This is nothing. You know, it's one thing to say, Leadership sold the Brabas too easy because he went broke. That is true. 2020, I did go broke. And that is a true story. Easy bought the car from the dealership. You know? And when Easy was trolling me, he was trolling me based on a true story. When he said, your mentors are selling their cars because they are broke, he was talking the truth that time. But for you to come and say, I'm not fridge. When my daughter goes to one of them, like, bro, my daughter's going to grade R this year, and the fees I'm paying are like grade 7, grade 12 fees. And I've got salaries that I cover when I'm looking after my family. But I've just dealt with almost R1 million worth of operations on my grandmother just this past year. So, yeah, boy, that's what I was talking to Sanele about. And I said, you need to heal, boy. And just because you failed to dedicate yourself to trading after I taught you how to trade when I came to Nelspruit, and you blew one small account in Yana, you think Forex doesn't work. Now you've decided to become a truler and envy those who have decided to dedicate their lives to this and to make this a career. And I spoke to him about that. And I went as far as into my office. I went upstairs, I went into my office. And I'm like, now can I show you what you want to know? You don't have to ask me anything. I open my file, I show him the RC ones, some of the cars that I've paid up, you know? I told him, okay, there's only one this specific car that is still with the bank that I'm still paying off. This one, Range Rover, paid up. Jeep, me and Kelly paid it up. What is the Mustang? Paid up. Stuff like that, you know. The V-Class is out the picture. You can see that obviously it's been rented by a musician that's making money for us. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not even a secret. So, and for me, it's like, and when I look at it from a public aspect, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's believable. It's believable. It's fair enough. We can say that, yeah, you know, it does allow the gap, but do not, why do you have to be that toxic towards your own soul? I spoke to Sanan. After that call, I'm like, look, you can hate leadership, hate me for doing things that I do in my life. But you can't, like, imagine me, bro. They said, even you yourself, like, I didn't know you. Maybe you didn't have a place to stay, or you still lived in a back room. No matter how much bad they could speak of you and hate you, then if they get to a point they say, like, no, I can't sleep back room, I need that tool. Imagine, bro. So I must now believe, as one of your haters, that you don't have shoes. Even if you're broke, you don't have shoes. So there's common stuff that people struggle with doing, but those are instincts that come off a mindset where people are lazy, they can't work, They can't focus on themselves. When they consistently failed at something, or repeatedly, or at some point gave up, those feelings of this thing is not for me, this thing is not for, those type of stuff, Like I was asking earlier on, why didn't you open a Trillium page like the other guys and have a channel and dragging people's names down? And I'm like, you'd make a lot of money, you got a big platform. Or why didn't you have a segment on this channel? That's what I remember I asked you. And you said, no, it's not within you, you don't have the character. And that's mainly because this platform is working for you, or whatever that you're doing outside of this is working. And you don't feel the need to invest your energy. Because remember, we did say, we were even saying, like, no, next thing you was Zonda no more petrol attendant, I went. Go again, it is it's stuff like that. So it's really sad, man, but you can't change how people think about you. The rental car thing is one of them. They're very unrealistic. A mature person with a proper brain can think straight that this guy, how is he? How how much is that? How much it is to rent a V-Class a day?
No, I don't know.
I rent my one out for about 10 to 15,000 if I'm just borrowing you for the day. Tata namhlanje kuseni ngo-9 we next week. Musicians, a lot of Donald, the musician, he's asked to, I've invoiced him about 30,000 for a weekend. So if I'm renting a day, bro, I've got so much money then.
Yeah,
I'm
too
even
much.
shocked.
It's too much.
I'm shocked.
More than what you...
My bank balance is shocking. It's something else, bro. But I respect, but I understand where it's coming from, man. I think I'll be a hater too. Also, man, I can't expect everybody to love us, man. I'm delusional to think also. I'll be delusional to think because I'm doing good or whatever. It's normal. I myself. I need more haters, They must come and... I think they must make a community. I need them in a group so they can discuss us further. So it is.
Don't worry, there are groups out there.
They think it's already groups.
No,
man, I'm just joking, man. But yeah, man, I hope God saves them though, man, and people really become genuine and focus on their own lives. And the little bit that they are, they'll never stop at abancane jabo. Kodabanye like Usanele, who almost just took a different route, and I'm happy that he's back to normal. Like when he's posting the chat again, and I'm like, okay, then I am right, man. It's straight.
That's cool. No, bro, I'll be very honest. I want to say this very publicly. You have my respect for coming to sit down here and allowing me to just hoy.
Yeah. Everything. Now you're just going to ask everything.
You want to bring up something
yourself?
yourself?
I was thinking like this guy was going to ask serious questions. But yeah, man.
I think the much clarification has been brought a lot, because at the end of the day, I think you are quite, like I said, a prominent figure in the industry.
Yeah.
Whether people like it or not.
Yeah. They have to live with it.
However people see it, whichever way the prominence goes for them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, bro.
Yeah, when people mention Forex, leadership is somewhere out there close to the top in
SA. I think just to add a bit onto that, I think if I view the leadership brand and if I step out of myself and I view leadership as a brand, I confidently can say I'm actually at the top, yeah.
And with that being said,
in this industry, yeah.
And with that
respectfully, though. Don't get me wrong, guys.
Everything is said respectfully today.
This is the first time I actually speak like this.
Oh yeah.
So I came to see you today with an intention to be very direct. And I'm a very humble person in nature, but I felt like in Clambe sometimes the toba cool. Yeah, well, so today I just wanted, this interview is a bit different from what I've done before. So people will definitely pick it up. So I'm not being arrogant, I'm just being honest. That's my truth. So,
we're just here chilling, Saringa, Amachita.
Yeah, bro.
That's it.
If I used to drink, I would have been telling you proper bars. Normally when I stopped drinking about 6 months ago, right? And normally chicks knows if I take 2 glasses, I start. Like I'm shake. And that's
Look, he's smiling over there. Okay. Yeah, I just remembered one. 3 bar a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that in a video. I don't know what video it was. I saw the video. It was like a vlog or something like that.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a vlog, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You said you're making 3 bar a month.
Yeah. Look, but come on. In the streets, this guy was just, and he comes to me, we're vlogging, either way, we're having fun. So he comes to me like, I'm like, in a bad month, 3 million. And the seriousness of that, I think, maybe from this conversation we've had today,
yeah.
A guy as smart as me wouldn't just throw out a number he's making every month like that in public. That was a vlog, and I don't want to say too much about what my friend does with his channel, and those things we execute accordingly and stuff like that. So, like I said on this recording, that's why we are recording. You know, I said to you, I'll always give you in the public. I'll always give the public anything what is tangible for them to run with. That's a clip that's still running today. You understand? Yeah. I've never told anybody my legit a transparent amount of money that I make, that I take home every single month. You understand? I actually don't even know. Like, I calculate sometimes how my accountant tells me, but that was a vlog and the video we were doing, and I fed the public what they were supposed to be fed.
What has been the biggest loss you've taken on the charts?
At once, bro, I can't say, but collectively, like, maybe in about a space of about a week. Can I speak about a recent one?
Yeah, no, it's up to you. Whichever one you feel like you lost.
Yo, bro, a recent one that really damaged me, man. Yeah. It wasn't a big amount though, but yo.
It clapped you.
Yo, bro, I grew this account and then I pushed it. Okay? I pushed it. And, oh, bro, I pushed it. And the crazy thing is that I was pushing it on a different platform. I wanted to damage that campaign. I was like, I'm gonna kill it. And I ended up blowing it. It was about like, oh, bro, actually, like 5, now even more. Because I remember last time I converted before I actually blew the account, I was sitting on $9,000 US. And I'd been growing the account nicely. You know? Yo, and I blew it so bad, like in a day. So it blew gradually. Like, so the money was on the dashboard, and I was putting like $1,000. 500. So by the end of like the next 3 days, it was gone.
Yeah.
This happened like recently now, approaching New Year's. And I was trading on something really new though. I was trading on something new that I've been trading in private, you know? So that's something that I've been trading in private, and I chopped it. So I didn't want to even post about it, because it's like, no, this I'm not ready to share till I've mastered it. So yeah, that's why I'm not even sharing what I was trading. Okay. But once I've really mastered it, I think I'll probably share it, but it's all for free when I share, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
No, bro, thank you so much. I think angazi ngathi phathula kuzomela ubuye. Yeah, when the time is right.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. I know it's long overdue, but I'm grateful I came now, because I don't think I would have spoke from this perspective.
See why I told you the time is right.
Yeah,
now.
The time is right. Yeah. But I hope people that are watching this one thing that I was being arrogant today. My approach here was very intentional, and I just came to speak my truth. But yeah, I'm disappointed, man. You missed a lot of questions. I'm just joking.
We'll dig, Chief.
No, that's enough. I'm done. Interrogation.
Over now, you know. But thank you so much for like just coming to sit down here with me. I really do appreciate the time you've taken out of your day, and regardless of what's happening in your life as well. Yeah. At the current moment.
Right now. It's crazy.
No, but guys, it's Leadership. I don't even need to tell people to go follow him, whatnot. They probably already all follow you, or they probably all just flock you anyways. Yeah, guys, from myself, Nqobile Tembane, this was another episode of Market Masters. I'll see you guys same time, same place next week, and we're out.